We are good. Yes, we are. We are clear for takeoff. Just want to play a little. Turn that loud. Yo, yo. All right, this is how we do it. What's going on, y'all? It is after 5, but not quite 7 on a Sunday. So y'all know where we at. Hustle Different Podcast, Sunday Fun Day, Memorial Day weekend. Funds up, guns down. Everybody out there, funds up, guns down. Really, I mean that. And last week was Mother's Day, and I'm just going to reiterate on our last week's show. Mama, we love you, but get your damn kids. All right, that's all I got to say on that one.
For sure.
Them kids
We
out
love
the
all the mamas. We love all y'all, but
kids out them streets.
get your damn kids. All right, hey, take it. Hey, if you take it a certain way, it's probably your kids I'm talking about. All right, but this your boy Dave Gray, the QB, everybody's favorite light-skinned homie since Shantae ain't here. Excuse me, I got attacked by roses, and I'm going to go into that. Everybody who saw my story on that was crazy. But yeah, it's Gray. Dave, I'm here today, y'all. Sitting down away from me today is Jay, the historian, in the building. Back this week. We missed you last week, brother. Missed you last week.
Back in the rack.
Yep. Beans on the scene. What's happening, baby?
Word.
We had a lot of good comments about your 2-week prior performance. We was over there knocked out, but we'll talk about that. And then we got 2 gentlemen in the building, y'all, that are doing some really big things, you know what I'm saying, that you may not have heard of yet, or you may have. If you got your ear to the streets, if you're out here looking at all this rise in violence, these gentlemen are trying to stop that. They are trying to de-escalate all this nonsense so we can have a decent summer. You know what I'm saying? They trying to curve it before tomorrow, but, you know, at least before the holidays so we can get some of this super violence down because, you know, 4th of July holiday always tracks horrible numbers when it comes to violence out here in the city, any city. You know, that's crazy because that reason to me is that because everybody know where you at. You at your people's house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know where you at. They can't catch you no other time. They know where you at. You going to go see mom and auntie them on them holidays. So that's when they go down. They don't care if they shoot the kids. They don't care if they shoot everybody. So y'all on the other side of that beef, think about that. Think about your nieces and nephews that's going to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Think about your little cousin. Think about your grandmama. Think about your sister. Think about, you know, everybody else. If you know some niggas, if niggas telling you they coming, go somewhere else. You know, you can be tough somewhere else. Don't be tough around your family with all that nonsense. I'm sorry. But these gentlemen, what they doing, y'all, look, they done got me sparked. Got me out here on my soapbox. But I'm going to let these men introduce themselves, y'all, and they're going to go into some beautiful, deep things. These not strangers, you know what I'm saying, to the city. These guys are from here. They know this city. They know it very well. And I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Talk to them, Bob.
Yeah, man. Jason Watson, Northside native, Walnut Port. Y'all know what it is. So, man, happy to be on the show with y'all, man. And just get to chop it up.
Appreciate you.
Real talk.
Welcome.
For sure.
Maurice Goree, Northside native as well. You know, Mark Twain area representing, you know.
Okay. So our most troubled areas, you know what I'm saying? Really, you know, a lot of people, you know, it's no comparison. It is some more troubled areas in the city, but if you just count on history, I still think the North will probably still have the title, which is not a great thing. You know, so I'm not using that as a great thing. You know, I'm saying that as a great thing, but it's just the history of it. And I think since the North Side is a lot bigger, we have a bigger area for more people to have more problems. You see what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And the police have a bigger area to patrol with the same amount of police officers that patrol in a smaller area. So it's really kind of hard to keep that side down, too. But, So, Jason, how long y'all been what's the name of your organization?
So we work for an organization called Mission St. Louis. It's been around for about 16 years with a focus on workforce development. But we've been able to build out a few other pieces, you know. So we're working in education. We're integrated into some schools. We do a lot around violence intervention. So it's a lot of moving different ports.
Okay. And then How long you been doing? How long have you been with the organization?
So I've been working for the organization for 2 years, but the same workforce development program that he just mentioned, 5 years ago when I came home from the feds, I actually went through that same program.
Okay, now, you know, going to the segue into that, because, you know, a lot of times due to crime, you end up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There were some people who are unjustly accused, you know what I'm saying? But there are a lot of people who actually did the crime and says, you know what, I got jammed and I got to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? We fight it, of course.
Yeah.
But, you know, the fight is for freedom. It's not even about fighting the crime. You're just trying to fight for your freedom at that time. So if you don't mind going into that, because these young people really need to know that that is no joke. There is a consequence for what you do out here.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm definitely guilty as charged, so I'm not going to sit there play the role as if I didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Do nothing. But, yeah, man, man, growing up, you know, how I grew up, and I actually come up under Jason. Jason actually, kind of raised me. So I've been knowing Jason pretty much pretty much what, 25 plus years or something like that, you know, from the same neighborhood and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, I made a lot of mistakes that I see, you know, a lot of young dudes making right now, you know, hustling, getting money, and I ended up becoming addicted to heroin, you know, before fentanyl was a thing, you know, back in the day, snorting heroin or whatever. So that really, you know, that really led me down some dark paths, and ended up getting caught up 2009 for some bank robbery stuff. First time getting hit, and I got sentenced to 147 month federal sentence. So first time, 24 years old, you know, on a 12-year sentence. That's actually 12 years and 3 months. And on a 12-year sentence, I had to do 10 years on it. You know what I'm saying?
Feds.
So yeah, feds.
Yeah, because that's feds.
Yeah, they want all of it. So you know, I'm actually still on supervised release right now. So you know, God's grace, I'll be off soon. But I ended up, like I said, I got caught up, man, and had to do all that time. So coming home, you know, I had a plan, but due to the nature of the charge, it was just really hard, you know, to find a job or whatever. So I was really at a transitioning point. I'm like, man, I was telling my case manager in the halfway house, like, man, I got to figure something out, or else I'm going to go back to doing what I know, you know, because I'm really, really trying. Exactly. So, you know, she was like, do me a favor. She was like, go check this program out. It's Mission St. Louis. And, you know, I've done all the programs, and I was just like, man, I don't want to do another program.
Right.
And so she told me, she encouraged me to go. And so I'm sitting there filling out the paperwork and all that. So at the time, he was the director of the program.
Okay.
So when he walked in, now mind you, we haven't seen each other for probably at that point, because I probably didn't see him for about 2 years before I went. So about 12 years, right?
Right.
He walked through the door. I'm like, man, what you doing here? He's like, man, I run the program. Like, you getting in the program? I'm like, yeah. So it was really just like magic after that. And so that's how I got my first job or whatever. That job led to a better job. And then 2 years ago, he was like, hey, you want to come up here? So hell yeah, I was a machine operator in the factory. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, yeah, I definitely want to come up there and really just, you know, show some love, like spread the knowledge that I've obtained, and then really just help brothers like, you know, going through the same situation.
Well, here, so prior to, you know, the charge, prior to what you had did, what was, you know what I'm saying, was it just not, I mean, was it like being impoverished, or was it just like, you know, you have some people that do it for the thrill.
Right. Was it,
you know, they don't really need it. You know, mama got a decent job. I live on the same street. You know, on every street you got the broke house.
Absolutely.
You got the rich people that live on the block. You got the midway. You know, so you know, what was it that you know? That's what we trying to really. You know, what turned you to that? Yeah, what turned you to that? Was it somebody influenced you?
I mean, so it was a mixture of a number of things. You know, like my parents are factory workers, so we didn't come up with no money. So you know what I'm saying? We poor just like everybody else, but where we from, you know, the dope dealers, the superstars. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the street and stuff like that. So you start clinging to dudes that, you know, that you admire, that you look up to, but like, you know, they helping raise you, so to speak. But you seeing how they get money and stuff, and like, you know, I'm like, man, I don't want to keep suffering like this. So I ended up, you know, getting off into hustling and something like that, and stuff like that. And it just took me down some dark paths. I try to tell, you know, I try to tell youngsters all the time, like, we chasing money. We chase, you know, you chase money, you chase this, that, and the other, but like, this shit is really an illusion. You know what I'm saying? Because it always comes with a consequence. You know, that immediate gratification. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was always about. You know, that immediate. I need it right now. I need it right now. Not understanding, like, you know, it's real consequences to your actions.
And it's crazy because we grew up in the same hood. You know what I'm saying? So I was addicted to heroin at 14 years old. So we had some of those same things that we was faced faced with, you know. But when I think about where I grew up, like, oh, I'm careful with talking about poverty because it didn't feel like I was poor.
Right.
You know, the way we grew up, it just
What
was
it
what it
was.
was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Had the
I ain't
most
feel
fun.
like
We about the same age. That's how it was.
Yeah, I'm
you know?
42.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, so I grew up feeling like, yeah, this just what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
broke.
Everybody
you know what I'm
like
saying?
this.
Like,
you ain't even look
nah,
at it as being broke.
Absolutely.
Because you was enjoying yourself.
and we
man,
didn't know
as a
nothing
kid.
outside our 8-block
Right,
radius.
right,
You
right.
feel me?
Exactly.
But for me, like, you know, my thing was my mother was addicted to drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the niggas that sold my mama drugs was the dudes who took me under their
they
wing.
wing, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell everybody it's broken love, but it's love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the only love we know how to show. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? So for me, I kind of feel like, and I think we feel similar in this regard. I kind of, in a lot of ways, I feel like I was forced out here. You know what I'm saying? Because my father died when I was young. My mama done been to 3-4 different penitentiaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the youngest of 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's
You
a
had to
sense in which I
survive.
felt like I ain't got
That's
no
all
other
you- yeah.
option.
Right, you had
You
to
know what I'm
survive.
saying? Like, yeah, and I tell everybody, I don't never judge a man for trying to eat.
Right.
Starving people gonna try to eat. That's what they try to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And if you starving and you got a plate, you gonna take somebody else's plate to eat.
Right.
If you feel like ain't no other options,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Back
saying?
against the
Like,
wall, you got to come out.
so I don't even judge a man for that level of decision making.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when they don't understand that there's other options.
Right. But if you've never been shown other
Correct.
options, you know, that's all you know.
Right.
Like, you know, you have some people who never have been out of St. Louis.
Facts.
That's true.
I'm like, serious.
And like what he-
Like, they can go to Branson and feel
Yeah.
like they in the Bahamas.
They done
You
something.
hear me?
But like what
Real
he,
talk.
like what he
For real.
mentioned, like
No,
we traditionally
not
don't go out of our radius. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
not
we don't
talking
go out our
down
neighborhood.
on what it's just what you you know, your finances allow you to do.
Right.
Right.
Because you got a lot of rich guys
Don't know
that
nothing.
they ain't been past 270 because they say, look, I got rich doing what I'm doing.
Oh, I know mugs that
You
don't
get what
even
I'm
drive
saying?
down 70.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, look,
Like,
I got rich being this way, so I'm gonna stay this way. But in the same right, you forget what. Well, I ain't gonna say you forget. The level of rich may be different. Like, we had this kind of many months ago. Everybody's opinion on rich is different. You know what I'm saying? We had, you know, we talked about that. We you know, everybody's opinion. But the problem is that being rich shouldn't be the goal. I'm being honest. That's just my opinion. This is Dave's opinion.
Well, whatever you do poor, you're going to do rich. You
It's
dig?
just
So
gonna amplify who
this
you
is
are.
going to
It's just
amplify
gonna
what's
amplify
already in
who
you.
you are.
So if you horrible with money,
you gonna be
you ain't gonna
horrible
get
with
money and then just automatically be great with
You're gonna be
money.
financially
You gonna blow. You just gonna
irresponsible.
have more money to
Right.
blow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I agree 100%.
More
And-
money to do drugs with, more money
Money
to
to do
Facts.
everything.
Yeah.
If you
Women
drink,
with
if
it.
you're a
Yeah.
drinker,
Motherfucker
if
smoking
you
rocks,
this,
damn,
you
you
Like
get
the
money, they gonna
insecurities
be
that's
able
in
to
you.
hold-
So right now we use our money to feed our insecurities, all of these different things. So when you got
deep.
more money,
That's all
like
you
you
gonna
know,
do.
that's why you see mugs, this bot surgery, stuff like that, is they got money that they have access to do things to feed their insecurities in
Right.
ways that you can't when you poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain things you can't do when you broke.
Say that again
You know what
so
I'm
they hear
saying?
it, so the audience hear. Feed
So we
insecurities.
feed our insecurities. We all do it in different ways,
Yeah,
in shapes
everybody
and
does.
forms and fashions,
Everybody
right?
does.
We feed our insecurities, how we look, how we dress, how you feel when you walk out the house. And it's a certain way I'm gonna go to the store, and it's a certain way I'm gonna go to my job, and it's a certain way I'm
Right.
gonna go to the club.
Facts.
All of those things.
But that, like, I always go back because what created our insecurities was an image.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from TV to the old Christmas catalogs our grandparents used to have. There was this thick, the JCPenney
Yeah.
Christmas catalog. That told you what to buy because you figure, okay, if these people bought it, it gotta be the shit.
Honestly, our insecurities really start from our own households, from our own families. The things that our parents teach us to value.
True.
You
True.
dig?
True.
So when our
True.
parents
Street.
teach us that we supposed to have something, when we feel like we don't
Yeah.
got it, I tell my kids all the time, I got money, you don't.
Right.
You dig? You don't got no bread. I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we teach our kids to live a certain lifestyle that they can't even afford themselves to. You dig? So it's certain things I'm not gonna give you. You don't get
Right.
to walk around in nothing luxury.
Right.
I don't buy my kids nothing luxury. You ain't getting. I ain't buying you no Gucci,
to
no
me, you
Louis,
setting
no
them
none of
You
that.
setting them
You
up for
setting
you
them
setting
up.
them up for failure.
Nah, you gotta work for that, partner.
No, but you setting them
You
up.
did
also,
like nah.
like you also too, like I think like it's how we define success, right? We always equate success to riches.
To rich.
Correct.
Exactly. That's why I
But-
started the
There
conversation.
you go.
with.
That's-
That's
and
how I
I'm-
started
that's
my whole
definitely-
point of
and
story.
I'm-
Now I see why the ding's
And I'm
coming. Look at ding
I'm
that.
figuring out, you know, now at 39, like success don't mean rich, like because I got some money or I'm rich. Like I feel like now I'm at a point now where I'm actually being successful in life. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the
you have to
difference.
define your own
That's the
success,
difference.
like Instagram, Facebook, the rappers, all that shit.
that's
You can't
not
let
your
that define
success.
your
That's
success.
Your
Exactly.
success. That's
Man,
not your
look,
success.
the other day I'm sitting in the basement. True story. Just chilling, me and my son, my 20-year-old. He look over at me, verbatim what he say. He like, Dad, you know you a real nigga?
That's what's up.
I'm like, why you say that? He like, man, I think about all the issues that my partners had with their fathers, and he like, man, the type of relationship we got.
Man.
When you think about success,
That's success.
it ain't no amount of money I could get or possess
no.
that's
See
gonna
that-
make me feel how I felt when
that day.
when your son tell you that.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Like, man, I could die tomorrow.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's what success is, to make those types of investments.
Yes.
And to know that those investments are being recognized and that they paying off.
Yeah, because I feel the same way. Because like with my father, man, he used to pick me up. We roll, we stroll, we do this. Then everything flipped. Like, I'm the one driving. He over
Picking
on the
him up,
passenger
yeah.
side. You know what I'm saying? Picking
Right.
my old man up, and damn me, I'm feeling good because he feeling good. Like damn, I'm rolling with my son.
Man.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
and it just-
Real
That was
talk.
the best
That's
feeling.
how it go.
And my old dude passed back in May, man. And
Big Arnold.
I miss him like a motherfucker now because
Man.
that feeling I got, you know what I'm saying, from him rolling with me, and I'm looking at me over there, and it's him
Right.
driving, but it's me. Man, I miss that so motherfucking
But
much.
see, the younger
Man.
cats don't have that because I'm not gonna say all, but most of the daddies out here, you know, it's like, you know, everybody. I don't know if it's a term for it. You know, they got the chicks, there's hot mamas and all that stuff, but you got the same guy. The ones they running after is the daddies. So while they out in the streets till 3, 4 in the morning, they chasing the daddies just out in the street till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You get what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
The fathers are at home.
Yeah.
The fathers are at the crib. They can take. I can take the Jones and the Jones. Oh, your wife said you can't get out. Yep, she sure did. You want to
Right,
say,
right.
hey babe, I can't get out again. Hell no, you can't
Right.
go. She sure did. He said, this is my best friend. He'll
Right.
tell you in a minute. They know that be new. You stuck at home with your house shoes on. Be
Right.
Jones and all that stuff. And I be
Hey, we
right
going
there.
out there.
Sure
We
do.
Hey,
But
we gonna pick him
my
up. We
thing
got
is,
his house. That nigga
you know,
ain't going.
I wanted my kids to see. See, I didn't have my old dude.
Same.
So I was winging it. I had no father model because all the niggas I looked up to was street niggas.
Facts.
And all they did was gave they baby mama's money. So I thought
Yeah.
that was
You think that's
that's the way to
fatherhood.
rock and roll.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Shit, I
But
think
damn
that's
you,
some
they
bread
can
she
kill.
good, you know what I'm saying?
They
I'm not
can
thinking about the kid.
kill that single parent
thinking about
home
the
shit.
kid, but
It
that's
don't
the
matter
whole
if you got
plan.
a single parent.
That's
You was
the-
raised by a single parent because he
They wanna,
was.
yeah, they
Man.
want to take
You know,
the
we did
fathers out of
shit.
the homes.
Absolutely.
That's what jail is for. They want to take the dads out of the home. That way they can control everything they control. Because just think about if you released 1 million of the criminals that have college degrees. If you release 1 million criminals that have college degrees, the United States will be in trouble. It'd be too many of us smart out here. They don't mind us. They don't mind us having a small piece of intelligence, because it's not enough to make enough noise to where it could turn into something like an uproar. You get what I'm saying? So that's
Well-
what they do. They're taking the fathers, they teaching the kids, they're promoting like like we always say, the drilling and the spinning and the, you know what I'm saying? Now the car takeover thing.
But I think not to cut
Go
you
ahead, no,
off.
let's go,
But
let's
I think
go.
that starts with a mindset, right? Because coming up in certain environments, you feel like money is manhood. So you think about it. For a lot of dudes growing up in certain spaces, money is attached to their manhood. Meaning that's how I make my provision, right? That's how I secure myself, right? That's how so money. When I don't have money, I don't feel like a man.
Right,
You
but-
feel what I'm saying?
but
But manhood in and of itself has nothing to do with money.
Nothing.
Right.
You know
No,
what
no,
I'm
no.
saying?
And that's
Nothing
what
at
I
all.
say. That's why I say, man, you got to know you don't have to do anything for money. Like these
Right.
rappers doing anything for
Anything
money. You
for
gonna
money.
sell your ass for some money?
I don't want to be around nobody that'll do anything
Anything
for
for money,
money.
'cause
That's what
they'll
I'm
do you.
saying.
Anything to me.
But society,
dig?
us
Right.
as black men, though, they that's and the mentality. A lot of that mentality come from as a black man. When you don't have money, you ain't shit.
Yep.
Women don't treat you like shit. Society
Facts.
don't treat you like anything.
Facts.
And that's why we go out there and chase money like how we do. Because as a black man, if you don't have nothing, then you're nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to deal with a nigga who ain't got nothing.
Right.
They don't want to hear, oh, you know, you're aspiring to do this, you up and coming. It's like, oh, you a nigga with nothing. You just. That's
But
what
see,
you know what?
then you gotta define nothing.
If your game
Right.
is strong with the women, you can't go
Facts.
wrong.
But then you gotta define nothing, right? Because sometimes nothing to us, man, you go to other countries, you experience other
Man.
culture,
Of course,
and you realize that I
It's totally
nothing.
different.
Now I ain't
Totally
saying it
different.
ain't messed up where we come from, but what I'm saying, our idea of nothing is when we don't possess, when we look to what others have, and we don't even see the value in what we got. Like I know we was broke. My mama worked. My mama was a functioning drug addict. We always had a place to stay. We all day. You know what I mean? Like, but my idea of nothing was the fact that I couldn't possess the things that people around me had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know the greatest play that works the best all the time is a misdirection, right? Because they can have you just like in football or whatever. They can have you focusing on one thing when the real play is happening over here. You know what I'm saying? So when we talking about money, just like you said, if people are equating their success with money, riches, cars, homes, or whatever, then that's a misdirection because you're going to keep on striving toward that and you missing the real things in life.
Yes.
Man, I watch people, man, literally over these past couple of weeks, literally, and this is I don't get personal about stuff, but I'm gonna keep it a little bit straight level. On their deathbed, dying. Now, the last thing they was thinking about was some money, or a house, or a car, or anything like that, man. But I had a chance to take a look at y'all page, man, and I see y'all got a really diverse group. It's a bunch of y'all. Like you, like one of the first ones that show up on the and I scrolled down the thing. I seen the homie I know. I ain't gonna say his name, but I'm like, okay, so this what he doing. So that's dope. Man, I seen like other cultures of people that are involved in different segments that y'all have with that organization, and I think if more people knew about that, that's a big flex.
Man.
Oh yeah.
So
And that's why we're here
that's
today. We're gonna get it out there. We're gonna get this
Absolutely.
message out, man. Let
Shit,
people,
we need
because
to, like tie into this type
Yeah,
of
'cause
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
our
As far as,
I'll go ahead, B.
yeah, we need to tie into like we got the podcast, Hustle Different. We all for the same thing, y'all for it. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what
we
I'm
doing the
saying?
same. And we putting together, like I said, we're gonna put together some. I don't know if it's gonna be like a car show. I'm trying to figure out the venue, but actually gonna team up with my man Captain Clay. Friend out there. He gonna put together. We actually gonna try to put something together with the police, and we're gonna do like a community bridging. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got a camera go. A community thing where bring the kids out, meet the police. You know what I'm saying? Black police officers, cool. You understand? They don't. All of them not bad. They understand you're gonna need the police sometimes. You can't handle it. You can't handle it yourself like you used to. If somebody breaking your car, you can't go out there and shoot them in the back. You see what I'm saying? You can't go out there and shoot that kid in the back. You can't go out there and do nothing. Call the police. That's what they're gonna tell you. What they gonna tell you? What you should do? Look, you should have called the police.
Should have called us.
You see what I'm saying? You should have called the authorities. Or
Yes.
whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's the truth. That's what's going to happen. But if you never understood that, if you see a video where they only clip it to where they show the dude busting the window, they show the dude come out shoot the kid 3 times, then they blur out the body on the ground, and they go on to the next clip. That's all they, they think it's okay. It's like, okay, I can do that.
Right.
I can do that. Like I told my wife, owning a gun, a lot come with that.
Big
You know what I'm saying? It's not just
responsibility.
like, okay, I'm gonna go buy a gun and I can shoot folk. You gotta be straight when you shoot somebody, whether it's legal or not. I've seen people with legal guns go to jail.
You
'Cause
can't
how they
even-
handle that,
but
you know what I'm
they-
saying? How they handle that
Yeah.
crime. How they
But,
handle that
You
shooting.
know what? You can't even brandish that weapon. Like, man, if you having a verbal altercation with somebody and you pull that weapon out, you already done committed a crime because that's brandishing.
Right.
And if you point that weapon at them, even if you saying you deterring them from whatever, Now that's assault with a deadly weapon.
Right.
Well,
Whether
you know,
shoot or
St. Louis is an open carry state. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So, and that's why young dudes walk around with their hammers out
Sticks,
because
just
they are
down
worried. You
there,
know what I'm saying?
long guns and
And
everything.
you know, a lot of what we do. So when we talk about Show Me Peace, which is a violence intervention program that we have, a lot of what we do though is really trying to we talk about trying to create a culture of peace. You know what I mean? So what does it look like to live and try to create environments where we could do things that we've always done, and it'd be a peaceful experience. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just being present first.
That's what we do.
But primarily what we do is we with the dudes. Like we trying to get we with the shooters. The dudes that shoot and get shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my guys is out in the streets from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. You know what I mean? Like building relationships, utilizing their influence. A lot of my guys have done time in the penitentiary, 30 years, 20 years, 15, like, you know what I mean? And these are the individuals we hire. Like these are men and women, you know what I'm saying, who not only come from the environments, but they still respected in those environments. Ain't no smut on their name, they ain't ratted or told on nobody. You know what I'm saying? So we use our influence whenever there are situations that's going on. We use our influence to tap in and say, well, how can we calm this down? You know what I'm saying? We respond to the shootings to see what's going on. You know what I mean? We don't work with police. We not here to investigate no crimes. We not here to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Our heartbeat is to say, look, we from our community. Let's use our influence and the respect that we have with individuals where we come from. And when something is about to pop off, because the first heartbeat is to prevent things from happening.
Right.
When we hear of things brewing, who can we call? You know, bro, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can we keep this from escalating? In other situations, is when blood has been shed, it's a little more difficult.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? They say for every shooting, there's 3 retaliatory shootings for every one shooting that takes place. So when somebody is hit, we try to step in and say, like, well, what can we do? You know, we still utilizing our relationships. So our whole heartbeat, you know, our program is directly out of the mayor's office. It focuses on 4 direct areas: Walnut Park, Wells Goodfellow, the Ville, and Dutchtown. You know what I'm saying? So we in the heart of those environments. We have satellite offices in those environments, and then we have what we call violence interrupters that office in those spaces, and they just out in those communities regularly.
Because Mayor Jones, she from Walnut Park.
Yeah,
She from Walnut Park. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about us? Y'all have a 3-on-3 tournament?
Yeah.
Like,
So
let them know how
so
you
we
can
also
get
do a
involved.
basketball tournament every year. It's called Guns Down, Hoops Up. It's gonna be June the 1st at Hurstow. This is our 3rd year doing it, actually.
Yeah, we went
Tanya,
there last
we
year.
know the president. You know,
Did we
Tanya,
go
my
there?
mom.
Yeah.
Latanya, Dr. Latanya.
Oh, really?
That was
Okay,
that was
okay.
a 3-on-3
That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Dr.
Yeah, so man, it's free. We don't charge people to register.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we're
June
not
the
trying to
1st.
make no money.
Yeah.
So you can still register. If you go to gunsdownstl.org, you can still register. Again, it's 3-on-3. You can have up to 5 players. The first place prize is $1,000. And it's also free for everybody that come, man. So if you like, we gonna have vendors there, we'll have food there, you know, things like that. So if there's people that's out that just want to come tap in, again, it'll be June 1st. The first game starts about 10:30. You know, so people could tap in and come out.
Tornado
You know what I
alert.
mean? Yeah.
Tornado alert.
Damn,
It's
organic.
probably on all our
Organic.
stuff.
That's what we talk about.
Probably,
Organic.
yeah.
But yeah, do y'all have any like women involved?
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
Women and
So
men.
we got, man. So
I'm
we
saying,
got
like,
women on
need-
our team. Like we have violence. Like
They
we
need
got
jobs like
Yeah,
outside of the.
So I let Maurice. So Maurice, man, like I'm gonna let him talk about that piece of things. So I focus a lot right now on engaging community, violence interruption, things like that. He's currently now over the workforce development piece. So I let him talk about connecting people to jobs and all that.
Yeah, so like he said, so our workforce development program is called Beyond Jobs, and we focus on job readiness and hire readiness. So with Beyond Jobs, there's 2 segments. It's actual Beyond Jobs, and then we have a program called Hire St. Louis. And so Beyond Jobs is a 4-week cohort where we get people ready, help them with resume building skills, interview skills, life skills with financial literacy, effective communication and stuff like that, conflict resolution. And then once a person finished with the cohort, then we transition them to Hire St. Louis, where they focus on getting them a job or into some type of training program.
Okay.
See, the reason why I ask because I got a home health care and You know, as
We
I'm
looking for
gradually
employees, too.
growing.
Oh,
You know what I'm
that's-
saying?
We
And
definitely need to connect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we
I'm
looking for
trying.
employees right
ASAP.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As we speak.
ASAP, man. We
Word.
also trying to include like some more entrepreneurial stuff too, because at heart, you know, we from the streets, we hustlers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people want to do things entrepreneurially, but like people like you know, to actually get the game, to get the good game, to do it right. So man, it's a great program, man. I just encourage, like, I went through it. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Like I say, literally, like when he was running the program, you know, it was called JLT, but I literally went through the program, and having that gap in my resume, I needed that. You know what I'm saying? And I used
But
to
Paul, let me pause and
Go
show
ahead,
some
yeah.
love to my dude. Did y'all realize what he just said though? He said he went through the program.
Yeah.
Now he running the program.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
You know what I'm
it's up.
saying? Like
Now
that's love.
that's
like,
successful.
yeah,
That's being
that's
successful.
Absolutely.
Hustle
You know what I'm
different.
saying?
And,
Like,
and it
See,
ain't
the whole
even.
point of the name,
But
the
get
name
that
of my
in-
show is Hustle
But
Different.
get that in there. That damn me. That's being successful, and it ain't even about the money.
Right, it's
You know
what
what
he's
I'm
doing in
saying?
the
It's
community.
about what
Yeah,
he's
it's about
doing.
Doing what
doing
we
in the
love.
You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
It's about what he went through, what he survived through to become the head of what
Say it.
the word
Say it.
Workforce development. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And man, we ain't got I
It
ain't
don't
graduate
take
high
money.
school. I ain't go to college. We ain't do none of that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so, you know, to be in the spaces that we in and to be doing the work that we do, because it's where we come from.
Word.
Like when it's in you, not on. It's it's in you,
And
not on you.
Right.
You
Yeah.
dig? So like, I don't care where you sit. Real is real everywhere you go, dog.
Yep.
Right.
Everywhere you go, real
Right,
is real.
right. Never
I don't
change.
care where you
Right,
take
never,
me.
never.
Smell the same.
Like
taste the same.
I don't care where you take me, where you drop me off at. I always feel good because real is real everywhere you go.
And no matter how much money you got, you stay the same.
You stay the same.
You don't let
Money
let
does
money
not make you
change.
real.
Man,
you know
look.
what I'm saying?
Man, I done slept in Vacos, like real talk. You know what I mean? I done slept on front porches.
Shit, you ain't the only
You
one.
ain't going.
Man,
I can vouch for his story.
Man, look.
I can vouch for
I done
his, but-
slept in my partner closet because he had to sneak me, bro. Look.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now to be in the space that I'm in and to be doing what I'm doing and to be able to navigate the ways that I'm able to navigate, for me is really about making sure that others realize that they can do the same thing.
yeah.
Because I feel like J. Cole, I don't want first class if my niggas ain't with me.
Right.
You dig? Like, I don't want a plate for myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure mugs around me eating too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really what we supposed to be doing. When opportunity comes our way, we create opportunity for everybody around us. You know what I mean? Like, and not so they eating out your hand, but so that they got their own plate.
Their own
You know what I
plate,
mean? Like, and now they can take that opportunity that they have, and then they can invest and build that into somebody else. If we ain't doing that, what we doing? Like, I ain't just trying to build a kingdom for myself, so I'm kicked up by myself and I love everybody that's with me. So we got to create avenues for the people that's with us to be able to experience. It may not be being rich. We talking about maybe just stability. Because most of us grew up with no stability. And you know what I mean? So to be in a place in life now where I don't even think about paying my rent. Like, I don't even think about my rent. It just come out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I'm saying, like, I don't think about how much gas I'm going to put in my car.
Just
You know what I'm
put it
saying?
in
Or if
there.
I'm going to be able to put gas in my
Right.
car or not. But I done lived them days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been evicted. I done came home and everything we had was outside. You know what I'm saying? So now it's about putting other people in a position where they can at least be able to arrive to a level of stability. And then from there, they supposed to take that and do something with it. You know what I mean?
All right, so we're going into second hour. Just you coming back in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's somebody else, brother? Anybody?
No,
That's you?
it's mine. Yeah, you want to go ahead? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Organic. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Hey, it's literally tornado outside. Y'all heard them alerts going off.
crazy.
But we still rocking. You know what I'm saying? We still rocking in the safe shelter.
Still going.
It's a basement downstairs, so when worst comes to worst, we got somewhere to go.
Hey, look.
And it's a big basement too, so we ain't gotta be huddled up, so we
Right.
gonna be good down there.
Right.
But going into just gonna flip it over a little bit. We're just gonna bring it into some other things going in now. I'm glad I got you guys here because these are good questions, perfect questions for with you gentlemen being here. Most of our youth, when we was young, we heard about our guns through like the army people. You know what I'm saying? Then the rap people start talking about the Uzis and the 9mm and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Today, guns are, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I first heard of a Draco, I said this before. The first time I ever heard of a Draco was on a rap video. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even know how long Dracos had been out before I heard about it.
That's the AK-47.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
how we knew it. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like perpetuating violence is more overpowering than perpetuating peace. It's easier to do. Perpetuating violence, I mean. You see what I mean? Perpetuating violence is easier to do. You can show 100 people getting shot or 100 people getting saved. Who you think gonna get the most views? Just your opinion. These are no. This is not, hold on. Let me rewind.
Yeah.
We talking to these gentlemen. Y'all off work. We not talking. We talking to you.
Look, I'm
we
all.
talking to
That's
you,
why. Look, that's why I'm
talking
gonna play
to
devil's
you.
advocate with you.
We
So
talking
look,
to you.
I feel like I don't feel like it's always about perpetual. I think it's what you see is what you communicate. Like if I'm in an environment where I see more death than I see life, that's what I'm gonna talk about.
Right.
Music is really supposed to be a reflection of life.
Right.
Our art is supposed to reflect our life. What's unfortunate is when we talk about really how hip hop started to tell a story of the shit we were seeing every day and made it real to the world. What's scary though is now that the world see it, look, now that the world see it, they like, oh my God, nigga, I'm living in it every day. What is you talking about? Why you think I'm rapping like this? I literally just saw my best friend get killed.
Yeah.
What you think I'm going to get behind a microphone and rap about? Now, I'm not saying it doesn't perpetuate something or it doesn't add to it. I'm just saying I always ask the question, what led to that? Right. Not just why you do it. Right. You did? Right. So when you got pain and you got, man, how many of us in this circle that seen somebody die before? That's crazy.
Yeah, in the room for all of us to see that.
That's crazy, bro. We talking 5 out of 5.
Right.
That's unbelievable. And here's the truth. None of us should have ever saw nothing like that. None of us should have never had that experience.
And once you see it, you can't
Once
unsee
you see it,
it.
you can't unsee it.
Right.
And look, after that happened to you, what you say? I'm going to do anything necessary that I don't end up like that. Mm-hmm. That's how cats turn into killers. Mm-hmm. I know young dudes that when I saw him, I ain't even gonna say no names, but he gonna know mugs I'm talking about. When I saw them, they didn't even fight. They wasn't even no fighters. They like, you ain't finna keep whooping on me.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah.
Turn to killers.
Right. Yeah.
So all I'm saying is when you see extreme violence, you communicate and you react to extreme violence. And it's unfortunate.
Right, but my thing is this. When you come in most neighborhoods, you got your corner store and you got a church. Mm-hmm.
You know right or wrong.
Any hood.
Right. Well, not no more.
Hood.
It ain't the same no more, man.
We talking us. We talking us.
You definitely had the
corner
store,
you had the corner store and you had the church. Am I right or wrong?
True.
Every neighborhood, every rough neighborhood, your toughest neighborhood, that's the church your mama went to.
Correct.
That was the people your old Miss Hawkins walked to every Sunday while y'all sitting on the porch blowing. We got Miss Hawkins. We used to at least back then we put the motherfucker down.
Walk past the church, don't even curse. You know what I'm saying?
Man, don't be
that type of absolutely.
Hey, we used to spit. We spit on the church.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, we had a certain reverence.
I remember they used to say, we ain't even gonna sell no drugs on Sunday.
Yeah,
man.
And that's crazy, man. Yeah. I ain't saying me. Look, I ain't anybody else.
Religion plays a big part in. I say people from, like I said, like right now I'm 52. I say anybody from probably 38. No disrespect to anybody under 38. 38 to 60, 70. They'll understand what we talking about here today. Mm-hmm. They got kids the age we talking about today. They out here. You know what I'm saying? We were cut from a different cloth. Like, I don't know who was on the show said, we are the best era of people. We are the best stretch of a 25-year generation. We are the best 25 years ever. We birthed the internet. You see what I'm saying? Really, we birthed the internet. We was there the first day when they showed the email on CNN, or when they were saying what an email was, and they had the little man, the AOL.
But man, think about it, though. Think about this.
Come on.
So when we was young, you had a fight at school.
Come on.
Right?
Yeah.
You got suspended. By the time you came back to school, they might talk about a day or two. whether you lost or
not,
won.
right.
After that, it's gone.
It's done.
Now though,
Come on,
It
man.
goes
I know
on.
that mug going up.
You gotta go there.
Go
Don't even
viral, yeah.
So that means I'm reliving this every day.
Yeah.
Like you already emotionally immature.
Now you
You
gotta
dig?
get
So
back.
now the energy building. You know what I'm saying? Like now somebody could disrespect you, and you see it.
No.
See, I could have back in the day. I could have been talking all whatever about you.
Right.
You wouldn't unless
Wouldn't
somebody
nobody-
told you.
You wouldn't
You
even
would
know.
never know. Now I can literally
back,
disrespect
yeah.
you, and you
Instant.
can see it.
Instant.
Every day.
Instant.
So just think the energy that they create.
But now it's lose or lose. If I whoop you, I lost.
Facts.
If me and you bang, and I whoop you, I lost.
You know why?
Cause now you're not finna take the L.
Oh, facts.
You know what I'm saying? When we got in a fight, who did you go home to? You went home to your family. You had that long walk of
Real
shame.
talk.
Look, you had that long walk of shame. How you was gonna
Yeah.
explain why your clothes all tore up and shit.
Or you felt
you
good,
mad,
like I
whoop
look
that
at
nigga. Look at
Facts.
And we had that saying back in the day. Look at me, but guess how the other nigga look.
Yeah.
That was the saying. They
Nah,
don't
that's
get to
real.
say no sayings like that no more.
That's real.
They don't get to say no sayings like that no more. Cause if we fight and you beat me, nah, I'm humiliated.
I done fought some of the same dudes 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
Shit, we used to fight all the
Me
time.
and
You know,
him, this
I
my best
mean, look.
friend. Me and him had probably 10, 20. Don't even
Exactly.
exaggerate.
Now think about this,
Like
bro.
real deal.
No, I
ass
know
bumping,
exactly
lips
what you're
busting,
saying.
And the next day we playing kickball. The
What's
next
that-
day we
hey, you-
playing corkball. The
What's
next day-
sad about that, when you think about it, fighting still gave the ability for y'all to be able to have some type of relationship.
If I kill you,
Now,
there's no
because
chance.
people don't even want to fight. I ain't saying we should, but it happened. We in life. Instead of me fighting you, now I'ma shoot you. Somebody still off on somebody now.
Yeah.
The other person up in the gun.
Somebody else, not even
You know what I'm saying? Or somebody else. It ain't no let's square up. Like, I done literally pulled up in hoods with dudes that we was staticking with. Like, we pull up, we know a fade finna get caught. Cats got pistols on them. They get a pistol to their
Yeah, and
partners.
that's what I was
We
just
square
finna
up
say.
in the
I
middle
was
of the
just finna
street,
say, some-
and it is what it is, and
some
then we
people
drive
do
off.
That's how we proved our point.
That's how you proved your
That's how we
point.
proved
Yeah.
your point. Like that's how I'm showing like I'm tough for it. Whether I win or lose.
Correct.
That's how
I
I'm showing,
pulled
like,
up.
every
That's
time.
how I'm showing.
Took the fade.
And
Let's
then
go.
like what you just said, you know what I'm saying? I had several instances where it get to a point like when I see we end up being cool.
You end up being
It's
That's
like
my
cool.
because
best
we done
friend.
fought 4 times and it's like, you know,
Because
man,
ain't
you know what?
nobody died.
Ain't no exactly.
And then you respect his you respect his gangster. If I want to put use that
Yeah,
term.
win
Use
or
that term.
lose.
You see what
Yeah.
I respect your gangster.
You fought.
I'm gonna say this though about like
talk to me.
how you talking about like perpetuating violence or whatever. You know, I just truly believe that there's no money, right, for the media stuff like that, record label stuff like that. Like there's no money in promoting peace or positivity.
At all.
Right.
You know what I'm
At
saying?
all.
There's no money in
And,
it. The money is
Which
the money.
is sad,
The money
though.
is in promoting violence. I mean, look at
Yeah,
look
that's
at
what they
anything
fund
you
it.
see on TV. Look at anything. So like, exactly like what you just said. Now the world sees, what rappers talking about and this, that, and other, and they like, oh shit. And to us, it's like, no, this is
This
normal.
is-
We've
yeah.
been going through this for 50 years.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, this how the streets been. The streets always been like this for us. Now y'all just seeing it, and y'all got the wow factor. But it's like, oh, well, why is he talking about that? Why is he talking about that? Well, that's what he knows. But guess what, though? I feel like they play a part in the problem as well because this is what you're going to promote. Because if I come in trying to rap about X, Y, and Z, the label execs, now nobody want to hear that shit. We're not gonna make any money off that. Like we're not
They
gonna.
took conscious rap out of the game.
We're not gonna back
Oh,
you
yeah.
because
That's
exactly
gone.
like what he just said. Like when hip hop started, I'm 39, so my sister's your age. I got an older sister that's 53 years old. I remember riding in the car with her. You know what I'm saying? That's how I even got into rap, listening to music. But it was talking about something. It was talking about a struggle. It was a message to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once they saw like, oh, okay, well, they got their ear. Oh, this how they listening. Oh, well, look, we gonna put this in the game. We're going to put this in the game. Matter of fact, now let's just put all of this out. Let's get away from this because we don't want people to be conscious. And I'm not saying like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the most conscious dude running around like, I'm just trying to always deliver a message. But at the same time, like, man, I just really feel like, man, it's designed to be against us. It's designed against us. It's like, it
But just
literally
think about the social programming though, like what you just said, man. If you eat, drinking, sleeping social media,
violence.
the music, and it's not saying go and fight your opposite. The word we didn't
kill
even
'em.
use words like opposition, opposite,
Nah,
stuff
come
like.
on
That's
now.
not St. Louis didn't use that, so now it don't say that. It say go kill your op. And matter of fact, you can't even celebrate the death of your homie or your friend that got killed until the op is dead.
Right. Kill
So-
them and smoke them.
They
That's crazy.
yeah,
Smoke 'em, yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
hey, but Lear Cohen, I said one of the
That's the
biggest
motherfucker
reps
there.
in the music. If you know music, you know who Lear Cohen is.
He's something
That man said.
Oh, Def Jam.
Yep, that man said, look, yeah, the dude asked him, he said, man, the music that you promoting has all the violence, the most this, they talk about lean, they talking about K, talking about that. He said, do you want your kids to listen to that music? He said, no. You know what I'm saying? He said, so why are you running the biggest powerhouse of promoting that music? He said, I got a family to feed.
Exactly.
Now, that right there, that statement was bigger than money to me. If I was doing music, like as far as the monetization side of it, younger, I would have took heed to that as a part. Like, damn, so they don't give a fuck. But the world got you believing that. Fuck what they talking about. Show us your diamond chain. You see what I mean? Show us your diamond chain. Show us this. Now they even got jewelry that can fake out the testers.
Oh yeah.
You get what I mean? So my whole point is that they showing kids like the whole thing is being a facade. Life is a facade. So you don't really have to take nothing serious.
Yeah.
You really don't have to go hard. You don't really got to do all that. You can make a viral video. Or you can make a rap song now since you don't need labels, but they're not really looking at what that really means. It's so many people. As soon as you can get hot, you can be flat the next day because of the way the internet works.
The ebb and flow.
Back in our day, we used to have to wait on the album to drop.
Oh,
Was you
yeah,
not
go
waiting
to
on
the
the
store.
release date?
Absolutely, yeah.
I think Jeezy and them era was the last of that era. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy
That's
and like that
hell.
early Future.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right there.
Oh shit! Jeezy in that early Future phase right there. I think that was the end of. Oh, look at that!
Man.
Hell
Man,
outside.
outside.
Hell out there. Insurance company. Allstate, I'll be calling you tomorrow.
Man.
No,
That's
but
But man,
Right.
if you think about it though, man, like
That's
everybody
crazy.
at this table, you think about the simple fact, man. There used to be, like I watch a lot of history documentaries and stuff
That's why he's the
with
historian.
the different racial organizations after Jim Crow, right? After Reconstruction, the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, and those different extremist groups against blacks. This era of killing and violence that's somewhat associated to the music put them out of business.
Yeah, they don't
So
have to.
they putting a lot of money. They're backing these
Yes.
organizations instead of them
Ooh,
going out
ooh.
and adopting highways.
Oh.
They're putting their money behind
The violence
The-
that's
the-
already in the here.
getting them
We just gonna
views.
build y'all up even more. We're gonna give you more guns.
And look, man,
Here, more guns.
it's been
More-
proven that they found, man, they got trailers, them trailer containers. They didn't found those. They didn't found vans,
Full of
literally
ammo.
full of guns.
Yeah,
ammo
they
dropped
drop
off
'em off in the
neighborhood.
hood.
Because you tell me this, man, your gas is cut off. You might be eating ramen noodles. I like ramen noodles though, but you might be eating ramen noodles, but you got a AR.
That cost 15,
Or you got
$3,200
a
in the
Draco
store. You get
handgun
what I'm saying?
modified. Come on, bro. That do it add up. But that's why I say the misdirection is the best play they ever did. Because if they got us focusing on XYZ,
Diddy.
there you go.
Hey,
Oh
y'all
my
listen.
God.
Diddy, the Kendrick Lamar Drake battle. Y'all, it's shit going on behind the scenes.
Oh man.
Hey, y'all, and I gotta say it, look, Pokemon Go, I know y'all probably get tired of hearing me talk about this, but Pokemon Go was the biggest distraction that made me see what happened. The era of Pokemon Go, the kids had to go out and find them. Remember, they had to go out. They was Pokemon everywhere. They could be in Chesterfield, they could be in North County. But you're not gonna let your kid go out there, right? So they said like 80 million people across the United States was playing this Pokemon game at one point. That was 80 million people away from TV. They took millions from the schools across the United States, especially here in Missouri. We had a bunch of schools, and they took money on shit we should have been voting on that week. But the parents didn't even know the vote was there. Parents didn't know because it was out in the streets, 80 million people out in the street playing this thing, so they're not watching what's going on. These Pokemon was out at certain times.
Shit, right,
Come on, man, you get what I'm saying? The Pokemon only out between this time and this time. And that's the time that they broadcasting. You know, if you don't vote on this, they're going to take $1.8 million from St. Louis public schools and blah, 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 blah. But they playing Pokemon Go. Then Monday morning come, everybody all shocked. What? That happened? Yeah, you was out playing Pokemon Go. And that shit went away quick as it came. You know what I'm saying? They did what they had to do. Yep. Shut that shit down. Stop putting money in that shit. Let's move on.
Man,
Diddy.
Yeah.
R. Kelly. We can go back to R. Kelly thing. Big distraction for a lot of shit that be going on. You know what I mean? And they know entertainment rules the world in the big picture.
I'm gonna push back on that
Let's
shit
go.
a little bit, though.
Let's go.
I mean, I understand. I do think there's distraction shit like
Let's
that,
go.
but
Come on with it.
man, look, I just feel like the same way we want mugs to take accountability when they do something, we got to take accountability when we do something.
For sure.
Man, that shit R. Kelly did can't be condoned, celebrated,
No,
applauded,
I'm not
or
using
fucked
that
with.
like that. I'm just saying for as a distraction.
What I'm saying is,
You know
so
how
when
many
that
white
come
men
out,
went through that didn't
Oh,
make a big deal about it?
absolutely,
Harry
for sure.
Weinstein, way bigger than R. Kelly. His shit
For
was
sure.
a lot shorter and a lot quieter.
Epstein.
I'm just
Absolutely.
using that. Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry to cut
I
you off,
agree.
bro.
I
That's all.
agree.
That's all.
No. This is a discussion. This is
No,
what
we
we
good,
do. Like, so, but I'm saying, even in that, like, I think that has to do with a lot of racial disparities, things like that. However, like, I think that our people, we create these levels of popularity, and what come behind that when we do make those types of decisions. When I think about, you know, the shit with Diddy, like, man, dog, you kicking that woman like bro, that can't be condoned, celebrated.
no.
Like, so even when people are discussing it, right, it's not really kicking a man while he down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He done already kicked the woman while she was
lied
down.
about it.
Same thing
Right,
Stephen
right.
A. Smith said.
Right.
You know what I'm
Lied
saying?
about
Like,
it.
so I just feel like we do have to take accountability, but they do use these things to shift our focus, you know what I mean, in different ways, for
'cause
sure.
you know,
Yeah,
go
they
ahead.
taking our mind away from what's really going on.
What he just said about accountability, though, I just feel like culturally we have to start taking accountability, and that's what I love about Jason and the work that Show Me Peace do, because they actually out there helping to create a mindset shift. You see what I'm saying? Because culturally we're messed up, and if we sit back, and one of the things that frustrates me, traditionally we always waiting for some entity or some organization to come in and help change shit for us. They're, as we see, they're not gonna do it. So why do we keep putting our trust and faith into these organizations and these people and these entities and entertainers and stuff like that? It's gonna start with us, right? We have to culturally create that shift. And that's what I love about what they doing. Like, it's real dudes who really from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can get into a youngster's head to stop him from shooting the shit out of another one,
Oh, no, you did that.
that's amazing.
Yes.
And he listening to you because he saw that you used to do it, the X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the other.
Right.
So, like, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to listen to you.
lead
So,
by
you know,
example.
and that's really with the music and everything. Like, you know, we always, you know, he always has taught me, he wanted to, like, people really taught me about, like, accountability. And, you know what I'm saying? Always looking at myself first. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Man, you know what though, a cultural shift, it's always gonna start at the grassroots. Like what you just said, a lot of times folks want to jump all the way to the tippy top instead of just fixing what's right outside in their front yard,
Man.
and then moving that. But see,
They go around, do
They go
everything
around.
but that.
right, and then just think about it, man. It's a relatively low number. A tipping point is about 10 to 15% for a cultural shift to happen, right? And that's a relatively minute number. So if you can't get that 10 to 15%, we ain't gonna be able to get there. I post that a lot on Facebook. I say you gotta get out and vote. You gotta vote for your sheriffs, your judges,
all
local
the people,
So if
all
you
that.
tired of your brothers them getting unjustly ruled and unjust sentencing, then you got to vote for the judges. They are not beyond reproach.
Yeah.
You can vote for the judge. You can vote them out of there. That's how you punish your leaders for not doing their job. But if you don't get out and vote, then you can get out there and
say nothing.
scream
Can't
and
say
holler or
nothing.
whatever. The same mayor, the same system. St. Louis goes through it. Chicago going through it now with Brandon Johnson up there. But them people, they getting involved. They saying, look, this how we gonna punish you. You know.
I agree,
But
man.
that's
It's
like-
funny because when you say that, I think of a time where I didn't vote. You know, and I didn't vote because one, I didn't believe in the system that I was placing my vote into. You know, and some of my perspective was I just ain't finna vote for none of these muds because ain't none of them really worth voting for. And you know, I've grown to mature in my thinking as it relates to, you know, how I want to engage with politics in that way. And I think it does take some maturity to do that, because when you already feel like the system that you involving yourself in, you fighting against, it's almost hard to trust that that your voice even really matters.
Disenfranchised.
And you feel, you know what I mean? So you feel so removed from that process. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting, man. I think about when Obama was elected, I did not vote. And what's crazy is, and this true story, when he at the day of the inauguration, we watching the inauguration, me, my kids, you know, and I cried. Because at that moment, what I realized was that it was even bigger. You know, people talk about a black man being in prison, but that was huge.
Oh man,
And I didn't understand. Originally, I didn't really understand why I was emotionally connected to that day and to that experience. But it was different because after then, when you tell your son you could be the president,
it meant something.
it was
I said
real
that.
and
No,
it was
I
tangible.
said that.
You know what I'm saying?
When he became president, I said I didn't. It wasn't about that. It was about a
Yeah.
total victory
Absolutely.
for black men,
Absolutely.
period, and black women.
And
Don't get
black
me wrong.
women, yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, you know, astronaut was the biggest thing. You see what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
real, think about
Going
it.
to the
You know, if
moon.
you
No, that's
older,
real.
if you older guy, you know, you was fireman. Nobody, because it was you had seen the list. You see what I'm saying? You're like, I can't make that list. I
Can't
know
make
I
that
can't
list,
make
yeah.
that list. You know what I'm saying? So
Ain't
I'm
nobody
not
that
even
look
finna-
like me
Hey,
on the
look, I'm not
list.
even finna, you know, shoot that shot. You know what I mean? But
But
we
anybody
got-
that understands marketing understands that.
Yeah.
When you watch a commercial and it's a group of people on that commercial, that's intentional.
yeah,
Like the people that they chose to be in that commercial was thought through.
casted. That's when you
And-
go to
and
casting
They were
calls.
casted.
Yeah, they have
You
a
know
piece
what
of
I mean?
paper. They're like,
Absolutely.
we need a black lady. About
Correct.
180 pounds, about
Absolutely.
5'6". She gotta have gray hair. She gonna wear a blue dress
Yep.
with a white shirt.
They sit in
It's
think
not
tanks
no
and come up
willy-nilly.
with this shit.
Absolutely.
It's a real process.
They have a room where they
Yeah.
do the study.
It's a lot of psychology.
That's why some
behind
stuff
it.
you see on TV, you be like, did somebody watch that before they released that? Yes, they
Yeah.
watched it hundreds of times and still decided
Absolutely.
to put that out. So when you see something that's blatantly racist, listen, when you see something that's blatantly racist on TV, that went through being talked about, being filmed, being watched, being submitted, being approved by whatever company it is, being watched again by the lawyers to make sure, and they said, you know what? We barely getting by, but y'all can get off with that because of this, you know.
But
what it is.
sometimes
Come
you
on
see
with it.
that because there's no diversity, right? So when there's no diversity represented, there's nobody to really lend the proper perspective.
But you have to,
So-
the way people, what I'm saying, it's impossible to say that at this time in technology.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Man, look, I didn't work with companies like Porter. Even what I do is I work with companies talking about cultural diversity.
Right.
And when you
DEI.
go into some of these companies, bro, the people leading those, the brainchild of some of these companies,
Right.
or white people, or white
yeah,
men.
of course.
So when everything that needs to be approved is ran across the desk of 5 or 6 different people, even the people that they hire is gonna look like them. It's gonna come from their environments. They gonna be, you know what I mean? They gonna have their same train of thought.
Right.
So there's never any, man, I done went into companies, bro, and I talked to them about stuff simple, like basic stuff like your job application, right? So most job applications really tell a person what they don't want.
Yeah.
And that turns a person
Yeah,
away.
yeah, that's
You
they
know
look
what I'm
at it and say,
saying?
nope,
Like,
nope,
that turns a
yeah.
person away. Really, what you should do, because what's happened is since COVID, you know, companies are in a different space, right? So they need people now, right? So that's why a lot of companies are inviting people in and say, why ain't nobody coming to work here? Why people quitting? Help us fix this problem. You know what I'm saying? So the door that is opened is for individuals like myself and others that I know to go into companies and to talk about, like, what does it mean to be culturally diverse? So the reason you don't have black women applying for jobs is because of X, Y, Z. Some of the questioning that you got, some of your commercials, some of you, basically you're not saying that this person is invited. And when you talk to these people, believe it or not, I've even experienced it sometimes in my own organization, but thankful that these aren't individuals who are intentionally like this, but it's things that I have to catch and be like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to say that. We're not going to use that kind of picture. You know what I'm saying? But if ain't nobody like a me in that space,
they have no idea.
They have no idea sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Absolutely.
Man. A lot of organizations are adopting that.
Yes.
And it is to get over some of the obstacles, man, because when you talking about going through a hiring process, the organization that I work for, man, we had to do a lot of talent acquisition training, right? Man, it's so many different things that happen now, and they rate people based on a scale of 1 to 4. 1 being that you're not qualified at all, 4 meaning that you're qualified. Typically, only people that fall within a 2 or 3 are going to be even considered, because the 4, they're just going to use that as a stepping stone and move forward. But it's something called a glacier effect, right? So whenever a person is interviewing you, they only see the top of it. They're trying to drill down into that glacier. So that's why some people have 3 or 4 interviews. It starts off with an algorithm, which I don't think that's fair. I thought they told them they couldn't do that no more. So you enter your information in the system, it runs through an algorithm, it kick you an email right back. You didn't have the keywords there. So if you get past that, then you do what? The phone call. So how does this person convey themselves over the phone?
Before I even bring them in.
And when I meet them, now we in the glacier.
Right.
Now I get to really see who this person is. Gotcha. And just like y'all saying, man, the things that y'all doing are great, because some people just don't know how to interview. When they ask algorithm questions, man, a lot of that stuff is culturally biased based on how you were brought up.
Absolutely.
So if they ask you, everybody have stolen something once in their life, and you say yes, you done.
That's it.
Right. That's the
That's
wrong
it.
answer.
That's
but
it.
see, we thinking, because everybody did
Right.
that
Right.
before.
Absolutely.
But it's not.
Exactly.
If Bob takes a pen from his job, is that
that
stealing?
stealing?
No.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey, and you gotta think about,
Get you, man.
they had
That's
the
how they get
application
you,
like
man.
that down in Central Park. It used to be a Union Station. They ask you questions like, if you saw John steal something,
would you
tell? Man, I swear to God, this girl flunked this motherfucking test. He said, no, that's none of my business. Hey,
Right.
I ain't gonna snitch.
I
I
ain't
ain't
gonna
gonna snitch. See what I'm saying?
Dude, the trick is, you gotta get in the interview. I'm just being honest. That might not be everybody's thing, but that was always my goal.
Yeah.
I've applied for jobs I had no experience at, period.
Absolutely.
But I knew how to do, based on the description, or I might know somebody that do the job, or that who turned me on to it. Like, man, this all I do is blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But on the application, they say you need a degree or you need a bachelor's or whatever. I'll apply anyway because, like you say, in that algorithm, it's a percentage of the algorithm. It's, say the algorithm based on the 50%. If this person reached 50% of what we're looking for, we'll holler at them. You see what I'm saying? And my criteria for his experience reached that 50%, but my education part didn't. I didn't go to college.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? None of that. I ain't got nowhere near a degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I told him I registered. I registered for college. That's one thing. I put it on. I registered for college. I didn't go. It just say, did you have a? The way I get it, they say, did you complete it? No, I went. I did physically go. I'm not lying. I did physically go and do the application. Did I complete it? No, I didn't. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to teach people. Sometimes you gotta play the system. You got to figure out a way to play the system, and it's not being illegal. It's just playing the system. It's like a cheat code on a video game. You know what I'm saying? The FAA ain't gonna come to your house because you had a cheat code on Grand Theft Auto. You see what I'm saying? You did that to get to the goal. You know, that didn't hurt nobody on that cheat code. Didn't nobody Game cut off them. Then he put a cheat code. Now my shit don't work. No, nothing happens.
Yeah.
So I got in an interview. Now that's where you guys are coming in. Y'all are teaching them how to talk to people, teaching them how to look them in the eye, teaching them how to sit up straight, shoulders back, chest out. You know, have confidence.
Well, the
you know
first
what I'm
thing I tell every dude is that you're not just going to get a job. The job needs you. So you bring something to the table.
Right,
you
know
are
your
value. So you got to know your own worth and your own
Know
value.
your
So
value.
we walk into spaces and we feel like I'm begging for something.
Right.
Now that don't mean you don't want a job. You
Right.
shouldn't desire a job. Don't take my words and twist them. But what I'm saying is that look, you bring something valuable to the table.
Right.
You know, you got something to offer the company. And often, you know, dudes don't look at it like that. The other piece that I teach dudes is, man, listen, working ain't necessarily about always the job that you're about to do. So sometimes people get caught up on, I ain't finna let them use me and they did it.
Oh, man.
Listen, everybody, if you're gonna be used and you're gonna use people. We all supposed to be useful, right? So the job is supposed to be getting something out of you.
Right.
Your goal though is to go there and get out of it what you want to
Right.
get out of it.
Maximize what you get.
Absolutely.
Maximize what you
So
get.
if you only thinking about what they getting from you and not what you getting,
What
then you
you
probably
gonna
ain't.
get,
You don't got no plan on what you trying to get. You know
Right,
what I'm
and
saying?
usually that comes from someone else.
Mm-hmm.
When you got your first job, on your own, you ain't talk to nobody. You came home with the job. I work at Dairy Queen, and then it took the response from
Correct.
that to gauge how you felt about it from who those responses came from. Now the first thing when you walk in the house, you tell your mama, I'm proud of you, baby. I don't care if you was shoveling shit, how
Right.
parents are.
Yeah.
I don't care if you
You
was shoveling
shoveling
shit on the
shit,
street,
yep.
for the circus.
Facts.
Your mama say something
Yeah.
fun like that, but damn, you doing it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But then you got your partners now that'll have a different. They came up in a different household.
Yeah.
It's not their fault.
Correct.
They're not. They ain't sitting at home like, oh, this bitch ass nigga got a job. They just don't know
Right.
better.
Exactly.
They just don't know no
You know,
better.
another thing too is it
You
be
know what I'm
demeanor
saying?
for us. So I had a dude, man, we had working at a job. Dude was every day on time, early. Was the hardest working dude there. But his facial he looked mean every day. He looked mad every day.
Right.
See, and what I started to teach dudes is that management or leadership is not about your ability to do your job. It's your ability to motivate and mobilize people to do their job. That's what management is. That's all management is. The dealing with different personalities in a way by which you can motivate and mobilize them to do what the fuck they supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a dude who like, man, I'm like a lead, but they won't give me no positions. They won't give me the management position. They won't give me the supervisor position. And I had to teach them that's because you focused on how well you do your work, not how well you deal with people. Management is just about dealing with people. So if you show that you just a hard worker, they gonna keep your ass doing hard work.
Right.
If you learn if you show that you able to deal with people, manage with people,
Communicate.
manage your emotions when you dealing with people, iron out situations, mediate and calm down circumstances. That's really how you get promoted to management level positions, because it ain't about the work you do. It's about can you get other people to do their work. And if you can't get other people to do their work, you're not a good manager. You're not a good leader. You know what I'm saying? You just good at doing what the hell you supposed to do.
Oh, at work.
Right. So we'll be mad because we ain't getting certain opportunities when really our demeanor says, I ain't dealing with nobody at that job.
right.
I don't want to be around nobody. I don't even talk to these people. How you think you're going to ever get a position
Management
leading these people if you don't even want to talk to them? If you don't come to fuck with them? The truth is, a lot of people that I manage, like I'm talking to them off the clock. We having personal conversations. You managing all these level of emotions, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what comes along with it. So I be telling dudes, man, your body language, all of that matter. Because you can't be a wolf everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I understand when you're in environments where you're
Sometimes you
around
gotta play the
wolves, you
sheep,
gotta be a wolf. Dog, when you're around a bunch of sheep, it's time to switch up your whole. I don't never teach dudes to shed their skin. I'm in executive leadership, bro. I'm the only black person in executive leadership. There's only 4 executive leaders in our organization. In every boardroom, I'm the same dude. In every board, I'm the same dude. My lingo, I don't care who in the room. But I know my shit. You know what I'm saying? So my goal wasn't to be respected as somebody else, but to be respected as me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to take all of me or take none of me. You know what I'm saying? There's a way that you could do that and still not shed your skin, be completely who you are, but still know how to adapt to environments. Yeah. So that don't mean my lingo change. That don't mean my dress change. I intentionally walk into spaces dressed a certain way because I know what you're going to think when you see me. But what that does mean, though, is that I'm going to know what I know so well. I'm going to be so articulate. I want to look away where you like, you know, you get a white person like, man, I can't believe man, you were so articulate, as if you surprised. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be surprised.
Then
so
you gotta hit them with the same shit.
I'm one of the dudes that's like, bro, look, the problem is we don't have real us. Like, I know a lot of dudes who are black. Y'all know it's a difference between growing up in the hood and being a hood nigga. Them two different things. And some dudes that grow up in the hood and they ain't no hitter, they ain't selling drugs, they ain't doing, they think everybody in the hood do that. That's not the truth. Right. But you got some people that just grew up in that environment, they aware of it, they familiar, they still dealt with trauma, compound trauma as a result of it. Then you got others who was actively involved. Them two different people, they got two different mindsets, they gonna do two different types of things. It's rare that you see somebody and that level of leadership that is a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? You might see oh man, we got a black dude, he representing us. And he is, amen. But it's different when it's somebody where you like, dude was a shooter. Dude used to snort dope. Dude used to be rhyming. Right. Dude used to be, that's a different dude than it's like, man, he grew up over on Farley, man. He went to college, he did good for himself. And we should applaud that. Right. That should be celebrated. At the same time,
that's when that respect on all aspects.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna respect you because you was a shooter. They gonna respect that you changed and now you're doing this. They're gonna respect you. It's just respect.
But you know what though? Not to necessarily highlight.
Yeah, we ain't glorifying.
We ain't glorifying
anything of the negative, but from a cultural aspect. And when you were talking about leadership, you hit all the key points. You have to have the skill set to be able to prepare a person to be able to take your position before you move. That's how I was always talking. Before you move into another position, that's called creating a bench. So they got to be able to move into that. But from a cultural aspect, we all know, because we are from the same culture, it's difficult to get us to do that. Because what we'll do is we'll take you so far, but we're not going to take you further enough where you can surpass us.
Correct.
See, that's just the mindset.
We talk about that all the time.
That's the crab in the bucket.
Yeah. That's definitely the crab in the bucket.
So until you get rid of, tell culturally, like I say, 15%, that's all it takes, gets rid of that mentality, and that could be for entrepreneurship or whatever. They may show and instruct to a certain point, but not better than me, though. Yeah. You got to get rid of that mindset and go more into a leadership mind. But then again, everybody wasn't meant to be a leader. Some people are workers. And that's all they'll ever be. And they're needed in that space.
No leaders with no workers.
But that's what I say. I mean, crab and barrel mentality is going to always stop us.
What's sad about that is some of that stuff is a reflection of our trauma. Some of us that grew up in households, bro, where we were we were pit against each other. Our own brothers and sisters and cousins. So when we step out into the real world, we don't trust nobody around us. We only because I couldn't even trust my brother. He done stole from me. My sister, while I was asleep, cut my pocket, went in my pocket, took my money because she got high. You know what I'm saying? So then when I come to work, you want me to trust somebody? I don't even know who the hell you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, so often the problem, and I think for a lot of us, is that we ain't healed some of those things that we've experienced. See, I'm a firm believer that there is no love without vulnerability, right? But when you go through the process of experiencing so much hurt, you choose not to be vulnerable because you know that with that vulnerability is going to come some level of hurt. And you wonder why all of your relationships are shallow. And I ain't just talking about relationships with the opposite sex. I'm saying even your friendships are shallow because you don't even know how to be vulnerable around those individuals. So you're not really experiencing the depth of relationship that you should. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is at a distance. You know what I'm saying? Everything and this arm's length. This dude I was watching and he said, man, and this one of the things that I hold dear is we have not learned to deal with loss. And loss is a part of life. You know, not just the loss of a person, but the loss of things, even the loss of friendships, even a lot. Like, this is a natural part of life, and most of us don't know how to deal with loss. So anything that happens in our life, from the moment when the toy get took, all we know to do is start crying. But in reality, loss is a natural aspect. You know without a shadow of a doubt, if you don't do nothing else in life, you're going to experience loss. One thing we all got in common on this planet is pain. I don't care who you are. Now, we're not talking about the level of pain, because you know the level of pain is based on a person. It ain't got nothing to do with what the actual pain was. It got to do with the person who taking the damn pain. Right. You dig what I'm saying? So that's one thing we all have in common. And because we have that thing in common, when it comes to meeting up with each other, that's why we guard it. When we walk, we know what a vibe is. You walk in a room, you ain't instantly comfortable in that room. You feeling for energy. How he looking? What's his posture? Why he staring at me like that? Who is that? Do I know him? Do he know? These all the questions that run through our head when we walk in a room. You dig? And if the energy good, you can kind of settle. But it's times I done walked in a space and ain't nobody said nothing, ain't nobody done nothing, but the energy telling me it ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Exit the premises. And sometimes, because Fabulous make a statement, he say, wishing a nigga would, but knowing a nigga will. Sometimes we'll stay in those environments like, I wish a nigga would.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Because we feel like if I leave, I look lame, I'm scared. You ain't value your life because you left. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I wish a nigga would. That's the mindset we walk around with.
Wish factor.
Man, I wish, but you know a nigga will.
Right.
But you walk around wishing he would. Like, man, I used to say that. I wish a nigga would say something to me tonight. I wish a nigga, I'm waiting for somebody to.
Yeah.
That's like a cognitive dissonance.
Man. And guess what somebody gonna do when you feeling like that?
Try
gonna say something to you.
They gonna play.
Because you bringing that in.
Because you bringing that energy.
Yeah. That's just like, damn, you riding, damn, man, you riding with somebody and they worried about the cops. Nigga, you bringing the cops to you.
Facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the energy you throwing off. Chill.
Facts.
Shit. Fuck them.
Relax.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's real, man.
Yeah. Like that night we was in that spot, I ain't gonna say where we was at. You know what I mean? Shit. You feeling one way and I'm like, man, fuck it. Whatever it is. But damn, me cool out. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because I definitely are. You already know. Yeah.
Cool out. Damn, you don't worry about shit. I ain't worried.
I'm not a big people person, man, with people that I don't know. Right. You know, unless I get to, you know what I'm saying? Especially in a room full of certain kind of people. Nah, man, I ain't with that.
Right.
You know, but Biggs, he peeped. He knew what was cracking.
And that was the energy that I got off of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him. So when he come to me, I'm like, man, look here, man. I see it in your face. Chill, man. We good. Don't worry about shit. You know what I'm saying? Just off of your energy. And that's how people, animal instincts. The people, animal, just like animals, they can sense when you scared. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Like they show the lion. It was like a lion's den or something, like over in another country, right? So they opened the gate, and then the lions was right behind the gate, so they all start backing up. You know what I'm saying? And it was a big ass Siberian tiger walking by himself, but he walking towards them. And he just strolling. Look, it's one of him. Look, he walking like this. And them motherfuckers bagging up and all that. It's just, you got like the energy. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was by himself, he gave off that energy to where
I wish a nigga would.
Like I wish a nigga would. You know, like you were just saying, like I wish a nigga would. And that's the one, you know, that's the one you need to watch out for. A lot of people don't understand that the energy can come back later. Energy can be passed down. Man, people understand karma can be passed down. You see what I mean? Karma can be passed down, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people... Go ahead.
Sometimes mud's just protecting themselves, man. We done been in circumstances, bro, where we in environments, I'm saying, doing this work, and we sitting, we talking to a group of dudes. They all got hammers on. Like normal, I'm unbothered. Right. They all got hammers on, and we chopping it up. It's some dudes that come walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? So the dudes that we sitting here chopping it up with, we all notice the dudes that come walking down the street. nobody know the dudes that come walking down the street. So the dudes, you know, they start like they ain't pointing or nothing like,
They
but now
clutching though.
they
They
ready.
clutching,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? They start clutching. So what that make the dudes who coming down the street
They
start
start
doing?
clutching too.
They see they weary just like they weary. They start clutching. You feel what I'm saying? So as the dudes is walking up, what happened is we end up engaging and say, man, what's up with y'all? One of y'all need a job or something? That changed the whole temperature and
Yeah,
energy.
yeah.
And then after we started telling them who we was like, man, why y'all start clutching? They like, man, we just watching, trying to see what's gonna happen. And the other dudes like, man, we just watching, trying to see what's gonna happen. Like you, so that could have been a circumstance that turned into something that had nothing to do with nothing but the desire to protect yourself.
Right.
And
then-
because you clutching and he clutching, I can't wait to see if you gonna shoot.
all it would have took was one of them niggas
my
to have that
God.
mentality of what? I wish
I
a
wish a
nigga
nigga would.
Out of all
Absolutely.
10 of them, they say you talking to all it would have took was one of
Absolutely.
them to have that mentality of I wish a nigga
But
would.
imagine if we ain't there and
yeah.
they
That's what I'm
walking
saying,
down
that's
the
what I
street.
mean. Yeah, that would
That's-
it could have
Y'all
been
would've
crazy.
It go-
Yeah, it'd have been a different
crazy.
story.
over nothing.
Nothing.
That would have been over nothing, man.
What you just said though is something I often learn how to do, like being away, and I call it thinking for the next man.
Yeah,
And
that's
sometimes,
yeah.
and sometimes you
That's
really
good.
have to do that. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly what he did.
And
Like
everything.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. And in certain situations where like I can feel like this is what dude on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a lame. I'm not a hope because I'm not
Right.
backing down. I'm thinking for the next man though. Like it's a way you engage,
Right, right.
and you can literally dissolve that. You can get that right out of a person because soon as he says something about jobs, now the whole demeanor change. Right. So he's thinking for everyone in this situation.
Yep.
Because he's knowing like, okay, this is why they're doing this. This is why they're doing this.
Right.
So he's thinking for everybody.
Changed the whole.
And that changed the whole narrative.
It's certain
Of the whole
words.
situation.
It's certain words you can, man. That's I don't
Jobs.
usually
Look, that's
jobs.
one word.
Man, money.
Yeah, like how when you greeting somebody, like I don't usually say dog or homie unless they're homie. I say family, whether I know them or not.
Right.
That automatically changes.
Kind of changed the demeanor.
What's
on
up,
that.
family?
Yeah, got
That-
you.
Or what's up,
When they-
nephew?
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Because
Yeah.
we
How you
was
doing, bro? What's up,
you know
man?
when you cool, you know what I'm saying? Me and a guy, we was together, right? You standing out. Two young cats, man, come through clips this long, walking past it. My partner got annoyed. But you know, once them cats say yeah, he said, well, what's up, nephew? They're like, nothing, what up, We ain't even know him.
Right.
But
that
then when
was
they
good.
gave
That
that,
let you know.
they gave that respect,
Yeah.
it just kept
Like,
on
like
going.
this
You
ain't
know
for
what I'm
you.
saying?
Even though we got these, this ain't for you. This
Yeah,
ain't got
you know
nothing to
what
do
I'm
with
saying?
y'all. And I tell the story of my first Crip and Blood story. Really, I was a young nigga. I was in my early teens. I was with my partner John. We went over to the Red Garter. Oh, so I'm gonna take y'all back. Y'all might not know about it.
Yeah, I ain't never
It was a,
heard
it
that.
called
was
the
a
Pink
strip.
Slip.
It's
Oh,
called the
okay,
Pink Slip.
okay,
It was a
okay,
strip
okay.
club
Door
over on
to
the
the
east
Pink
side.
Slip.
We
Yeah,
was
yeah,
young. We was
yeah,
young
yeah.
when he was supposed to be getting in. I was riding with my partner, and this was when 40 ounces was out. This when NWA, all this shit was popping. Niggas was riding, drinking 40s and shit. It wasn't even about weed, nigga. You just getting fucked. Nigga be 3, 4, 40 ounce empties on the floor. You fucked up. So we go over there and we getting ready to walk into the club. Now my partner 2V, he went to school at NYU for a minute, so he had on some blue Dickies, some blue Dope Man Nikes, a New York Yankees hat, and a white T-shirt. We don't gang. He went to New York. We ain't even really on the gang shit. We don't really know. It ain't in our neighborhood heavy, so we don't really trip off of it. I got on a white tee, some khakis, some green Dope Mans, and an Oakland A's hat, the green and yellow hat.
Oh wow.
We get out the car. He finishes 40, throw it in the trash can. There's a nigga standing in front of the door. I'm gonna keep this quick. He got on the red Cardinals hat. He standing outside smoking a cigarette. He see us. Now we walking. He see us. He go back in the spot. He ain't do nothing crazy. He just thumped the cigarette while back in the house. So we still walk. So by the time we get to the door, a sea of red come out. Sea of red. You get what I'm saying? 12, 13 niggas. All Cardinal cats came out. And you know what they said? They was like, dog, what's up with that? And you know, my partner was like, dog, we don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in there and kicked it with them niggas the rest of the night. You get what I'm saying? But these days, nigga gonna be like, that nigga out there with all this blue on. Let's go out and get there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be that. It's gonna escalate.
Trying to find
It's
out
gonna
where it
escalate
was
so
at.
fast. How can we keep the initial escalation down.
But the interesting thing is funny. This culture ain't like that. It's not gang. Like these young dudes don't care about gangs. Like they ain't Crips and Bloods.
Right, so
Like
what is
they ain't
going
none of
on?
that. Like
It's
this
sets
all
now, it's all
it's
sets.
sets and it's money related. You know what I'm saying? Cats get killed over trap phones. Cats get killed over, you know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this it's a little bit different. You
Right,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
scamming,
Like,
that's
Cause
scamming.
back then
even
it was a
for
little
me.
more respectful. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like today it's no, it's no
Structure.
no
They don't know
structure,
nothing
no
about
Exactly.
no
There's no
training,
structure. There's no chain
They
of
don't have no.
command.
To me, they don't have no OGs.
Ain't
They don't
no
have
OGs.
no for real
Nah, they
They
don't
say
have no
fuck
that
OGs.
the
care
OGs.
about them.
Yeah, all they
That's what they
OGs
say.
started snorting dope and getting locked
So
up.
we still respected
You know
our
what I'm
OGs,
saying? Like-
even if they did get high.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm not
but-
saying I would
I
take no
respect
financial
the
advice
dope
from them,
things,
but if a
man.
motherfucker say, "Hey, dog, I wouldn't go down there if I was you,"
So look,
that nigga
so
be
look.
the worst dope fiend ever. But if
So
he-
look, not the motherfucker you was selling crack to. You had a different. You might
Different
respect them, but it's a different respect. So these niggas selling fentanyl, and the niggas is supposed to be they OGs. They selling fentanyl to them. Like, how you want me to feel about you? Like, how you want me to respect you? I'm selling you the dope that I'm getting money off of, and you the nigga I'm supposed to be looking up to. So it's a different level of respect that they got for them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, even for us. Like, I think that happened even, like, when when the cats older than me started snorting dope, like, of course I started snorting dope, so, you know, but it changed your level of how you see a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think a lot, like, the hood politics, the way a lot of this work now, like, it's much different than what it was, because for us, like, for me, I ran with a lot of GDs and a lot of 6-0s. So growing up, I remember staticking with dudes from the other side once cats became Bloods and Crips. Where we used to not even, that wasn't even a thing at one point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And dudes start picking sides. These dudes Bloods, these dudes Crips, these dudes this. So it go from what used to just be little neighborhood, little fights and little,
Now
you know
it's
what I
turned
mean?
into
To now,
everything,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I remember the first time after you beefing with some dudes and they started shooting. And you like, damn, these niggas shot at us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we young, like, we 13, 14 years old. Like, man, these little niggas shot at us. So now, you like, hold on, you ain't finna catch me like that no more. You know, I remember the first gun I was given and how I was scared of it. I was scared I was gonna shoot myself. But then the more I began to carry it, became a part of who I was. It wasn't no more fear no more. I remember the first time I shot a gun and feeling like, man, it's gonna backfire, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? I remember the first mission I went, like, all of these things that play in my head. You know what I'm saying? And these experiences that I had that really shaped and molded me. When we talk about being a product of our environment, you know, I tell everybody the first time you smoke a cigarette, for those who do smoke, or Black and Mild or whatever, that mug almost blow your chest out. But you keep smoking that mug, and eventually your body and your heart, it adapt to it. You know, it's the same thing with the mindset of a lot of these young dudes. Like, I just saw my brother get killed. So now I already barely value my life. You know what I'm saying? But I just saw my people get killed. You know what I'm saying? And love to me looks like I got to do something to you.
Yep.
Because, you know, you start defining what is love. We grew up, but some of us grew up feeling like if I didn't do nothing,
Yeah, that way. Yeah, you ain't standing on nothing.
you ain't standing on nothing.
Yeah,
Even
I
your
got you.
partner's like, what's
What's
up?
up? Let's ride.
Especially, like, don't let it be one of your little young partners. This your best friend. Y'all used to be together every day.
If something
He
happen
get
to
killed.
him, oh no, you supposed to ride.
Everybody like, nigga, you ain't finna.
Remember
What you
Menace
gonna
to
do?
Society? Remember
Absolutely.
Menace
What
to
you gonna
Society?
do about that?
You know, just smoke your cousin food.
But you know
That's
what,
what
Absolutely.
You know what, Jay? Just like you said, like back in the day, it would have been some retribution, some get back. But now, you spoke about that earlier. Now, man, you can go on Instagram, you can go on Facebook, and you can
Absolutely.
play with and tease people.
Absolutely.
And see, by the time them little cats, man, I be watching them sometimes. By the time they meet, it's already up. So it ain't no, it's
Ain't
this.
no-
It ain't no. It ain't
And
no.
then if they kill one of your friends or your brother or something, they getting on there and they playing
And they-
about it.
Absolutely.
So now you got, like you say, you got to
Now you
relive
gotta deal with
it.
that energy.
And then
All the
people,
time.
the trolls and other fans or
Yep.
whatever, they look at, they like, oh, you ain't gonna do nothing?
And
Absolutely.
a lot of people that
Oh,
chime
really?
in
So
don't
you
have
know-
nothing to do with
know
it.
what
So
you
how do
never
y'all
get a
stop
chance.
this? How do y'all?
You never get a chance to deal with the energy. So what we try, we can't stop everything.
Right,
So
right,
that's
right.
number one. In some circumstances, it's up, and dudes will tell you like, bro, like,
No,
bro, ain't no peace. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Ain't no peace. We ain't trying to hear that.
So, Jay,
in
how the
those
con-
types of
How the
circumstances,
conversation go? Don't is that just
sometimes that's
funny?
exactly what a mug will tell
Literally.
you. We ain't on that,
Literally.
bro. Don't call me on that, bro.
Please,
I don't want to hear
stay
none
out
of
this
that.
one.
We done had to,
Stay
man.
out of
Don't,
this one,
look,
dog.
I'm gonna let you know, bro. Stand down, bro. Don't
Right.
y'all don't even come over here. Y'all don't. We on that. Don't even come over here. And you gotta listen. But that don't mean you don't continue to work on a relationship. Hey, bro, what's up? How you doing, bro? How you feeling today? You might call him a day later, bro. How you feeling today? Sometimes a mug will be like, man, you know what, bro? Like, man, I was happy, man. Shit been up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, and you may just have to keep having conversations. You know, keep having conversations. Keep having conversations. In some cases, you got enough relationship where a mug, you know, hear what you gotta say, even after a circumstance and took place. You know what I mean? But that's why the relationships are so important, and who you are and how you carry all of those things are vital. Because you know the streets is the streets, and there's certain rules that we even still got to make sure we're aware of. That's why we ain't here to investigate no crimes. We ain't trying to. I ain't worried about the dope you selling right now. All I'm worried about is why you want to kill him. You dig what I'm saying? Or her, or them. You know what I mean? Whatever that may be. You know, so sometimes it's a matter of just building with dudes first, getting relationship first, and starting to just have compliment. But bro, let me pull up on you, bro.
Yeah.
Let me pull up on you. And one of the greatest things you could do is repeat back to a person what they said. That's one of the
that's
greatest
beautiful.
things you
That's
could do is
beautiful.
repeat back to a person
What
what
they
they said.
said.
Now I'm finna go kill everybody. Bro, you finna go kill everybody? You finna really go kill everybody? Bro, did you hear what you just said? You finna go kill everybody. Now, bro, you know it's kids over there. You know it's old ladies over there, bro. You said you finna go kill everybody, bro. And you want a mug to sit and think about what they just said. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Now, that don't make no sense. Like, you know, sometimes I can understand, like, my son was shot. My son was shot twice. You know what I'm saying? A year and a half ago. You know what I wanted to murder everything. Everything moving. I ain't finna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the feeling. That's a natural human response, though. The natural human response
You do something like
is to want to do, if you do something to anything with me, the natural human response for us is to want to do something. That's a natural human response. It's what you do with the natural feeling. So yeah, I wanted to hurt everything. You know what I'm saying? And when I sat down and talked to my son after it happened, and he was like, because I literally was like, what you want to do behind this? You know what I'm saying? He like, Dad, I was in the wrong place, wrong time. You know what I'm saying? My son ain't no street dude. You know what I'm saying? So he like, we ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to then, which this was like a week. I had just had a non-violence basketball tournament 2 or 3 weeks before this happened. So I'm wrestling with all of this stuff, like how I want to. I ain't sleep literally for 72 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know that when you going through those experiences, taking the bullets, watching the doctor take the bullets out my son, like literally having to everyday work on his wounds, peel his stuff off his wounds,
Dress
bro,
it and all
like
that, yeah.
dress his wounds, like that build on how you feeling. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't got people around, because it ain't just all my people who got shot. Now it's the effects of what happened to them.
The aftermath.
You know, the aftermath, bro. My son just told me, I don't think he would mind me saying this, but he just told me the other day, like, he was like, Dad, you know, like, ever since I've been shot, like, my desire to move certain ways ain't the same. Because you know, before something has happened, it's only a possibility. So your level of alert can be a little bit different. But once you've actually experienced that, your level of alert is heightened. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same for people that's experiencing certain levels of trauma. It just compounds on top of each other. So yeah, we all raised our hand and said we saw somebody be killed before, but what about the person that saw 2, 3, 4, 5 people get killed before? We ain't even asked the question on camera because we ain't, who didn't had to do something. Then you start getting it, and we talking about compound trauma on top of each other, on top of each other. So it's sad because the extreme violence that we see is really difficult to completely tackle because the people that's seeing it is only responding to what they seeing every day. If I'm continually being met with extreme violence, I'm probably going to always respond in extreme violence, even in circumstances that don't require that level of violence. Because it's some situations that require you to do some things. If you coming for my kids and I'm learning, I'm present, that requires a certain level of I'm ready to do whatever need to be done. You know what I'm saying? But when you taking that energy and you applying it to the dude that looked at you wrong in the gas station, now the energy ain't even matching the level of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And that's for some of us just didn't have emotional maturity. We don't know how to deal with everything is that level of threat to us. So a lot of these little dudes walk around. I asked the little dude, like, bro, like, why you walk around with your hammer just out like that? And he was like, because I was explaining to him that some of the elderly, like, they be afraid. You know, you walk in the gas station, dude, clip long as his leg. You know, like man, let me not look at this dude.
I look at it like you broadcasting trouble. You asking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because you coming in there like that, then the next man looking at you like, damn, this. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what he told me though? He said that's why he keep his like that. He said, bro, everybody out here walking around like that. I don't have no time. He said, I don't have no time to get to a gun. Cause he already ready to go. He was like, bro, like, I don't got no time to be pulling and let me pull out. Because it ain't about the gun. It don't matter how big the gun you got is. It's about the draw. It's all about the draw.
Like the Wild Wild West.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that's exactly how they feel. So he was like, bro, he was like, honestly, big bro, he was like, I ain't even, when I'm walking around like that, he like, I ain't even on that energy. He like, I ain't even looking to do.
You ain't on that energy.
Correct.
But you got guys like me. That motherfucker walk with a gun, I be wanting to test a motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I ain't saying he right. I'm just communicating how he was feeling.
I'm just saying, but you asking to be tested. You know what I'm saying? When you got it out like that. You know, because you got some motherfuckers that want to try you now.
Yeah.
You came in that mother with it tucked, nobody see it. They ain't even paying you no attention. You come in that motherfucker with it hanging out, motherfuckers want to test you now.
And see, that go back to, he's making a verbal statement of, I wish a nigga would.
Right.
The wish
factor. That's what it all
Yeah,
go back
that's
to.
exactly
That's
what it
the
is.
sad part is
But
that,
you got some motherfuckers that will
No,
grant that wish.
Facts.
But
You know what I'm saying?
we need to.
Facts.
Dog, our masculinity towards each other is different.
Well, it ain't
You
even
see what I
masculinity.
mean? No, but
It's something else.
Well, I'm talking about they're using that.
It's
That's
emotions.
the
It's
term.
emotions.
Right,
Yeah,
but
it's
that's the
emotions.
masculinity though.
Correct.
The firearm is bigger than we used to. Remember, niggas used to be in their round talking about bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I'm saying? All that, but that's Arnold Schwarzenegger now. It's not like I don't need to rip your arms off with my hand. This motherfucker here will rip your arms off for me.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Now but on the flip side of that gives it. And I'm not advocating violence, but I can see how, for some people, that level the playing field for them.
Equalize.
You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying you have some people that
Absolutely.
know for a fact they don't even know how to ball their fists. And niggas be
Absolutely.
fighting, with their thumbs out or some old crazy because
Absolutely.
they don't know it. But
Right,
they figure like this. Look,
Yeah.
look. I can,
Like this.
Yeah, remember how that
Breaking
They
down.
motherfucking
Poke you in the eye,
What you doing, man? Like,
curling.
yeah, what you doing?
But,
holding the guards like this.
To grab a gun. And I was talking to my son. You look at these videos, and these niggas are not. When they want somebody dead, you can tell the difference in the video of when somebody coming to get somebody, or when somebody coming to shoot out. You see the videos when they coming to get somebody, they running straight up on the car, they opening the door, it's going in right there. They not riding by hanging out the window, they not running out the gangway shooting all the way down the street, because them guys there have no idea of if a 9mm bullet, if I shoot you a block down, if I shoot at you a block down, and you can stand there, and the bullet probably by the time it get a block away, that bullet gonna bust the window over here, probably hit the neighbor house up there. The motherfuckers that run up on you,
they
2-3 feet.
They drilling.
That's who coming. I be seeing shootouts, and when you see bullets sparking on the ground, what is you shooting at? If your bullets are sparking on the ground, in a shootout, it should be no sparks on the street. If I'm trying to hit something, they just shooting.
You know, in that young brother defense though, him, you know, being ready like that, our interactions as black men are so negative and to each other that's what you expect. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I came up in here, when I was sitting in here, first thing all y'all did, y'all spoke to me.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, I know. Like we talking about vibes. We talking about. Okay, I know. Okay, I'm in a good space. I can read. I can peep.
Right.
He's like that because usually, just like gas station incidents and stuff like that, it's usually when you mugging something. And so it's like, the fuck he on? Yeah. So now you like, the fuck he on? Instead of, you know what I'm saying, how older dudes, you know what I'm saying, we have a tendency to, what's up with it, bro? Oh, what's up with it, fam? What's up with it?
Yeah.
Youngsters, that's all their interactions are negative.
Yep.
So he like that. Not like he said, I ain't on nothing. It's just for protection because I don't know what this other nigga is on. Because usually we not walking up to each other like, hey, how you doing? Right. It's literally, fuck you on. Like, what's up? Like, do I know you from something? You know what I'm saying? So, that
question. That's a rough question.
You know, one of the facts of the matter though, man, is, and I was always told this, man. When you got that weapon on you, when you got that gun on you, you gonna take less than what you potentially would if you did. That's true. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's all. I see females come in and say, hey man, if he sneeze wrong, his gun is coming out rather than if you don't. Remember, Davey, we had it on tape. That little incident in the car.
Dude, we was, and I was in the wrong, but the situation could have went totally left. We was in the pulling out from a light, the lane swerved, but I wasn't familiar with the area. So I went straight. It looked like dude was finna hit my car. I blew at him, going off on him and shit. So we pulled up next to the next light. I'm like, damn, bro, you came in my lane up. He let his window down. You know, it could have went totally left. And then he was like, well, the lane changed back there. And I was man enough to say, okay, I was dead wrong then. And thank you for pointing that out. Just from him pointing out that, to where I could have been like, nigga, fuck what you talking about.
And imagine if a gun would have been in the car.
Right.
Yeah, but
just
you
like
should
you
have
in the
rolled
store.
your window down and said, my bad, homie.
That's what
he.
I got it all on tape.
Yeah, it's
and
on tape.
Me and him ended up having a conversation. He ended up asking, man, what's y'all podcast called? You know, just to show how it de-escalated. Because at first it was like, nigga, I let my window down on some nigga. What? You know what I mean? That's how my window went down. Then he let his window down. And like you say, the energy, I was like, he ain't really on that. He on some, dog, I ain't trying to fight you. I'm just trying to tell you what you did wrong. And us as men, it's hard to accept when another man try to correct you, because that's the wrong way to look at it. Right. He's not trying to correct, but that's how we take it. But no, my whole point was going back to, like, you know, you be at the store and you talking about nigga like, what he on? Even if one of the dudes be like, hey bro, I ain't on shit, this or this. The other nigga come back with some slick shit and be like, I know you wasn't on no shit.
Not be.
And now it's gonna go right back.
Absolutely
not be.
You get what I'm saying?
I am now.
That's all I want to say. Hey man, I'm gonna let these guys say their end remarks at 7 o'clock. Go ahead, man. Tell them your name, your information, your organization. Tell them how they can reach you. Everything you got going on, man. We want all our viewers to know, man.
Jason Watson, man. You can follow me on Facebook as Jason Watson, on Instagram, JSON314. Also tap into Guns Down, Hoops Up, learn more about what we doing there. Yep. Again, we still doing registrations to probably Wednesday, or you can go to missionstl.org, learn more about the work.
Same thing he just said, you know, Maurice Goree, Mission St. Louis. We located 3108 North Grand. You can go to our website, missionstlouis.org, check us out. Sign up for any of our programs, man. Come check us out.
And all our viewers are super smart, but dog, can you spell your last name for these folks?
Goree.
I just want to make sure they get it right because you going to get all kind of spellings on that one. Hey, J. Ali, tell the folks Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Hey, man, Happy Memorial Day,
Yeah,
man.
everybody
Get
be
that barbecue
safe out
going,
there.
man.
Funds up, guns down,
Definitely.
y'all. Funds up, guns down.
Definitely.
Bino, what you got going, baby?
Yeah, you need a job, come call 314-925-8043.
You hear that? And then these gentlemen here, y'all, we're going to get with these guys because they got some employment opportunities. Like I said, they're showing you guys big things, helping our community. That's what we do here, y'all. Hustle different. These guys are a prime example of hustle different. Y'all heard their story.
Great
You heard
show.
what this man said. He remember when he got his first gun, how nervous he was. You heard this man over here say that he knows the federal system, federal judicial system, and it ain't no fun.
At all.
And when you tell him it ain't no TikToking and bunny hopping and all that going on all the time, that's a small segment of that whole thing. They think that that's what's jail about now. So I think they more apt to do crime. I've been saying that too. I think the way up make jail look a little more fun than what it is. So when these guys doing this crime, they don't feel like the punishment is going to be all that bad.
Facts.
But it is what it is. Hustle Different Podcast. Justin, what time we good on time?
We wrapping
Oh,
up
okay.
right on
Oh,
time.
no. He said we keep rocking, y'all. The next show ain't coming. So everybody who still stay in tune. So what I could do is, this the cool part now because now we did what we were supposed to do. Now we get to have a little fun. Let's have some fun, y'all. It's fun time. Y'all know what that means, right? Time to break it out. We have some fun.
Here we go.
What's wrong?
Nah.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
It's time. It is time.
Got the cards.
For which one? Some of our guests, y'all, we play this game with, man, when we have some fun, man. Like, we had a great show, man. I believe that. I'm going to give y'all the link to this show. Everybody who's still watching, I'm sorry I didn't get the link. We just been talking. This conversation been so great, been so organic. Y'all been spitting some for real deals.
This one of the best shows,
This
yo.
is like what, y'all understand. Y'all like the epitome of the guests. No disrespect to no guests we had, but like, these are the guests that we're trying to get. All of our guests have had past. And that's why the show called Hustle Different. We don't have nobody on this show that was born rich.
Man.
You see what I mean? The whole point of the show is to hustle different. We come from the street, whether you was on the robbing end, whether you was on the hustling end, whether you was on the stealing end, whatever.
Just
But now
grew up in the hood.
if you got a landscape company today, if you work at McDonald's today, you know what I'm saying?
I
And you
got
are
about
supporting
15 dudes,
you know what I'm
man,
saying?
men and
Supporting your
women.
family and all that.
We
You know,
got
if you
the
supporting
interview.
your family in a legal way, and you came from a past where you thought that was gonna be it, that's what a hustle different is because you're actually still thinking the same way. You see what I mean? If you're in a position, most of your street dealers would have did great in commission jobs because they were excellent salespeople.
Absolutely.
But they just don't understand
They don't
the
understand.
commission side. I know street guys. They would have been.
Marketing gurus.
Oh my god!
Marketing expert
Oh
already.
my
You don't
God.
even know.
Hey, look, the first dude that took it from 425 pieces to 520s,
Man.
that nigga was cold.
Right.
Straight up.
Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Whoever that guy was, and said, you know what? I can get one more stone out of that.
Right.
He was the man in that era for his thing. All right, y'all, we finna play which one? All right, here we go. When I ask these questions, they're literally on these cards. I'm not making these up.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be curveball, probably something you're not expecting me to ask. But this is what we like to do. So we're going to go around the table in order since I got the cards today. And then here, I'm going to do something different today.
So we gonna take one round and then we gonna get out of here. We definitely gonna take a round.
No,
with
well,
y'all.
here,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we going to get out of here, too. I was just trying to kill some time, let that rain calm down out there before I
I'm
get out of
looking
there.
at the drizzle. This bug
Right,
ain't
is
too
it drizzling
bad.
right now?
Man, look.
Hey, we finna get
can
out of
skate.
here. Hey, B, this is one of my favorite ones with the baked beans. Would you rather have all your shoes? You gotta wear all your shoes filled with baked beans, or would you rather have only be able to walk backwards? See, that's what I'm talking.
That's tough.
All my shoes filled with baked beans.
Every day, every pair you put on every
They
day.
filled with baked beans.
Baked beans every day, or you can only walk backwards.
I'd be a backwards motherfucker.
I don't don't know, man.
Come
Like,
on now.
walking backwards, doing everything, like just.
Hold on.
Have you ever tried to walk backwards for a long distance of time? Like
Hey, you
that's-
ever had a rock in your shoe?
Yeah.
But the baked beans a little more mushy.
They're a little more mushy. That's a disgusting. I can imagine that's a disgusting feeling.
That's more
like,
disgust, and the smell.
The
gonna be-
smell
That's
of
what
it.
I'm
Oh man.
That smell gonna be-
Man.
But
Just,
if I just gotta walk around in them,
You gotta
I'm
go
probably-
to
I'm
work.
probably-
You gotta from 4 to midnight. You say out of the streets 4 to midnight. Baked beans,
that's-
baby. Or walking backwards. What you gonna do?
I think I'm taking the baked
You
beans.
taking the baked beans? All right, you taking the baked beans.
Yeah.
Jay, I know Jay. I ain't even.
I'm gonna take the baked beans, man. You know I ain't
What you
walking.
thinking,
I'm
baby?
gonna have to walk. I'm gonna have to walk with them baked beans in my shoe.
Oh,
man.
you
I
going
can't-
backwards or baked beans?
Backwards.
You say you'd rather walk
He
back.
tough. He tough. I can barely walk
Yeah,
straight
well,
I don't,
sometimes.
right, I don't think I make it back
Right.
at all.
Right.
All right, next question here. Just
Yeah,
one more,
I'm
real
on-
quick.
I'm
Come on,
with
come
it,
on,
I'm with
come
it,
on.
I'm
Let's
with
go,
it,
let's
I'm
go.
with it.
All right, would you rather have a random dog lick your food every time before you eat it,
Damn.
or always have an itchy face? These
think
are
I'm
on the card.
I'm gonna scratch my face. I'm gonna scratch my face.
Face card.
Like this all
Yeah,
Hey man, what's
I'm
up?
gonna scratch
You
my
gonna
face.
scratch your face,
Yeah.
man.
Man, always have an itchy face.
Yeah, but a dog, little, nah, I can't.
Man.
They say a dog mouth is the cleanest one to
That's
clean.
what they say.
But dogs be looking they behind too. though.
Man,
That's
play
what.
too
Yeah,
much.
that's-
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Dogs play too much, man.
That's some
That's
sick
crazy.
Eat your
shit.
sandwich like that. Your sandwich, the bun wet.
Man. Oh, my goodness.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna give you one more. Here we go. Here we go. You got to eat every meal with a scoop of mayonnaise on it, even dessert. Or you got to eat cat food for a year.
Scoop of
Man,
mayonnaise.
scoop mayonnaise.
Scoop of mayonnaise.
That's easy.
Scoop of mayonnaise.
yeah.
Even on your ice
I don't even
cream?
like
Keep it up.
mayonnaise.
You know,
Easy.
yeah, I can,
Oh, y'all nasty.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Y'all nasty.
Over cat food, give me that. Give me a scoop of mayonnaise.
You walk around this motherfucker.
Have you ever smelled cat food? Like,
Man,
All right. Would you rather use toilet paper made of sandpaper
dang.
or kiss your best friend's toes?
I ain't kissing
Well,
no.
we got a raw egg.
Yeah, I ain't kissing no man. I ain't kissing nothing on
We
man.
got a raw
well, I
egg.
got a best friend that's a woman. I'd rather kiss her toes.
No, you can't pick. If we had to call out your best friend in the world, it ain't that girl.
That's true.
Hey, ass raw, man.
Raw to the motherfucker. Ass gonna be raw to the motherfucker. I tried to flip it and bring a woman in the picture.
You're right.
Get out of here. All right, last question before we go to the picture booth. Would you rather be covered in fur or have 3 legs? I'm going to leave it at that.
Oh, man, that's tough right there. That's
Now that's a hard one.
That's
You
tough.
covered in fur
or have 3 legs.
or have 3 legs.
Man, yeah, I don't know, man. 3 legs?
Come on. Before you go, gotta get,
Man.
come on. What you say? So you going with the 3 legs or are you
I don't-
fur, head to toe?
I don't think I could do no 3 legs, man. A fur ball.
So you just
3 legs? Like, so you
yeah,
just
like
gonna
yeah.
be where the 3rd leg coming? Like, by your ass or something? Like, where that other leg hanging from? Like, is it from the, like, I don't
That's
know.
a hard one. I might do the fur. I can shave the fur.
How you gonna get pants? Like, you gonna every pair
I'ma
of pants
shave-
custom
right.
made?
Gotta
Like,
get some special made shit.
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna take the fur.
Take the fur.
I'm shaving the fur
I'm
every
gonna
day.
take the fur.
Hey, I appreciate y'all just even jamming with me for that long, man. I just like to have a little fun, throw a little curveball in it,
No
man.
doubt, no doubt.
Catch people out there, you know, out the normal. All right, y'all, we gonna be out. I'm gonna post a link. It was a great show, man. Appreciate these guys. I appreciate everybody who came on to the live. Love all y'all. Cujo, what's up, sis? See you out there. Shoot, my guy. I'll let y'all.
You already got it?
We're finna take some pictures. Take some pictures.